On day 1, I spawned onto the beach as a land octopus! Whoa! I have 8 legs and 10 hearts! This is crazy! I wonder what adventure I'll get up to! But my excitement was interrupted when I sensed a presence coming towards me with my heightened octopus senses! I saw a Vindicator chef coming towards me! Ah! Who are you?
You don't know me? Well, I must say I find that rather hard to believe, for I am Victor Clef, the Vindicator chef, the most famous celebrity chef in the overworld.
Oh, well, hi then, Chef Clef. I'm Zozo. I'm excited to meet you. What kind of things can you cook?
I can cook anything and everything, but right now I'm feeling like calamari. That's meat from octopus.
Oh no! I slithered away as fast as possible. Lucky for me, I was able to take advantage of my slippery octopus speed to escape certain doom. But I hadn't been able to fully escape yet. Some royal guards who worked for Victor Clef, the Vindicator chef, came running after me, and with no weapons, all I could do was slither for my life. I was able to get out of there, but only barely. I need to find some way to defend myself, or I'm gonna go from a land octopus to an overpriced dish in no time. On day 2, I continued slithering across the beach. My run-in with that diabolical chef had left me exhausted, and sadly, it had also left me feeling really hungry. I don't want my hunger bar to fall any further. Time to sample the bounty of the sea. I slithered over to the sea, where luckily I was able to find a fishing rod just lying around. With that, I was able to catch some tasty fish and bring my hunger bar back up. That's more like it. Now let's put a roof over my head. I searched around until I found some trees and broke them down with my tentacles. I was able to make a wooden pickaxe and then mine down into the ground until I'd gathered enough stone to make myself a stone pickaxe and a stone sword. With the rest of my wood and stone, it wasn't hard to start building my beachside dream house, the perfect place for a land octopus like me to live. It's not much, but it looks cozy and easy to defend. And I'd need to defend it sooner than I thought. One of Victor Clef, the Vindicator chef's minions, the royal guards, ran in towards me.
Hey, there you are! The chef will reward me for capturing you. The great feast is only 99 days away, and it's our job to ensure he has all the ingredients he needs.
I'll never be an ingredient for your evil boss. I swear on all 8 of my tentacles. We squared up and started to battle, and it turned out that 8 limbs are better than 4, cause in the end, I defeated him. Nobody gets to cook me. On day 3, I slithered away from the beach and into the cold swamplands. Who knows what interesting resources I can find out here? I pulled out my fishing rod and tried to fish in one of the pools of swamp water when I heard thundering footsteps in the distance. Moments later, a giant squall golem turned up, ready to battle.
You're one of the ingredients on Victor Clef, the Vindicator chef's recipe list.
Lists? There are even more people your boss wants to cook up?
Yup, and they should be honored. They will find true purpose as one of the chef's delicious dishes. He's a genius. If you could taste the meal he's going to turn you into, you'd give yourself up now.
I'm never ever gonna give up! Least of all to someone who wants to put me in a crock pot. Let's battle! But I may have been an overeager octopus because the squall golem was way tougher than I thought. I was losing a lot of fights and not doing much damage, so I needed to get out of there. As I was running away, I saw an armored piglin hop out of a hidden trapdoor.
Quick, get in here with me.
My mom always taught me to trust strange men hopping out of holes in the ground. I hopped into the trapdoor with the piglin, and we hid together as the squall golem passed above. You really saved my bacon there, armored piglin.
The name's Patrick, and it's not just your bacon I'm looking to save. Victor Clef, the Vindicator chef, wants pork on his menu, so I'm in just as much danger as you.
And I guess we better stick together. There's safety in numbers. Come back to my base with me, Patrick.
I've heard worse plans.
From day 4 to day 5, I returned to my base with Patrick the Armored Piglin, my new friend and ally in our joint quest to not get eaten. Alrighty, time to build you a new room. So that's exactly what I did. I gathered up more wood and stone and started constructing a new bedroom above mine, perfect for Patrick to rest his weary head. He seemed impressed with my work.
Thanks for this, Zozo. Great work. If you don't mind, I'm gonna hit the hay for the rest of the day. It's been a long week.
No problem, man. As Patrick went to bed, I started exploring the beach, hoping to find more interesting treasures. Instead, I found another little group of royal guards, and they were looking for a fight.
Only 95 days until the grand feast. We can't let this sketchy cephalopod get away.
What followed wasn't an easy fight, as guard after guard ran over to me, but in the end, I came out on top. I noticed that one of the defeated royal guards had dropped something too, a stack of javelins. Finally, a ranged attack. This is going to be so useful. From day 6 to day 8, I was out shepherding sheep. I lured them back to my base, where I built a paddock for them. This will be perfect if I need any wool later. I was wandering the far reaches of the beach again when I encountered something I was a lot less eager to see. Victor Clef, the Vindicator chef, now carrying a huge scary machete.
Like my new cooking tool, Zozo? It slices my ingredients nice and fine. I figured I'd give you a first-hand demonstration.
Maybe not. I think I'd prefer to just take your word for it.
Please, Zozo, I insist. Witness a master chef at work.
Victor lunged forward and gave me a slash with his machete, knocking off a bunch of my hearts. For a chef, he was so strong. Couldn't fight back. All I could do was slither away as fast as possible.
You can run, but you can't hide, Zozo. You'll end up in my pot, one way or another.
From day 9 to day 10, I returned to the base, feeling shaken by what a close call that last fight had been. Thankfully, I didn't have much time to dwell on my thoughts, because Patrick the armored piglin was there waiting for me.
Zozo, you're alive!
Barely, Victor almost destroyed me.
But he didn't! That in itself is amazing! Speaking of amazing, I've been working on a statue for you. Something to inspire you to work and fight hard. Go take a look.
So I did. The statue had only just been started, but it still looked so cool. I couldn't tell what it was yet, but I couldn't wait to find out. What about you guys? What do you think? Tell me what you think it is down in the comments. But that wasn't all that Patrick had done while I was away from the base. He'd also built a storage room for us to keep weapons and supplies in. This is such an amazing upgrade. The base is really starting to feel like a true home. From day 11 to day 12, after all those days of construction work on the base, Patrick and I decided to relax together. What's the story behind Victor Clef, the Vindicator chef? How did he end up so powerful?
He was once an average vindicator, or so I've heard. But he had such a talent for cooking that people started doing favors for him in exchange for a chance to try his food.
Yeah, I can see how that makes someone popular, but he's got a whole army at his beck and call. Royal guards, the squall golem, and who knows what else.
That's because his cooking made him popular with the rich and powerful people. Lords and ladies, kings and queens, business people and military generals. He was so in demand that soon enough, he was as rich and powerful as any of them.
So that's how he became so connected. And I'm guessing the Grand Feast is where he caters to all these rich and powerful people?
You guessed correctly. Anyone wants a seat at the table, and they want us on the plates.
And we're gonna have to destroy Victor before the feast rolls around! From day 13 to day 15, knowing the dangerous scope of Victor Clef, the Vindicator chef's evil plans, I knew that I needed to get stronger and settle some old scores. That's why I returned to the cold swamplands to take on the diabolical squall golem who was waiting for me there.
Oh, there you are, little land octopus. You gave me the runaround last time. This time, I'll really turn you into squid rings.
You said it yourself, squall golem. I'm an octopus, so that joke doesn't even make sense.
Drat, you're right. Let's just fight.
So we did. This time, though, I warmed him up with some laser-focused javelins before going in with my sword and fighting him with everything I had. It wasn't easy, but in the end, he was defeated and I was victorious. But it wasn't just a symbolic victory. I'd gained enough XP to level up and become a bigger, stronger octopus with 30 hearts. I also developed a new power, Invisibility Camouflage, a classic octopus power. This will come in handy against that evil chef. From day 16 to day 19, I decided it was time to give my weapons a level up. That's why I searched the beach until I found an underground mining cavern and slithered down inside. Oh, it's dark down here. Thank goodness octopi are used to slithering around in cold, dark places. After a few hours of searching, I found a vein of iron ore in the ground and used my stone pickaxe to dig it up. This should be enough iron ore to work with. But that's when I realized I wasn't alone in the mining cavern. There was a fungus thrower down there, and you'll never guess what he was doing. That's right, he was throwing fungus. Gross. I won't let you get away with this! I returned fire with my javelins until the fungus thrower was defeated! I retired to my base after that, using the furnace to smelt my iron ore into ingots and build a brand new iron sword and iron pickaxe. Soon I'm gonna have more weapons and tools than I have tentacles! From day 20 to day 22, I woke up with Patrick the Armored Piglin standing in my bedroom.
Zozo, Victor Clef the Vindicator Chef is standing right outside our base.
Oh no, am I having a night terror?
No, Zozo, you're having a day terror. Get up before he runs in here and annihilates us both.
Didn't leave much up to interpretation. I slithered out of bed, grabbed my sword, and turned invisible. I snuck outside to get the jump on Victor. I saw him standing there, right in front of the base, his machete looking as shiny and deadly as ever. I needed to be really careful, even though I was invisible.
That Zozo has got to be around here somewhere. I smell fresh seafood, but I can't see him anywhere.
And now was my chance. It was time for a sneak attack. I ran up behind him, turned visible, and struck him with my sword. He seemed surprised by my attack, and I hit him again before he could even hit me back.
You slippery little molluscule!
The battle was on. Victor was still extremely tough, but this time I was a little more ready to face him. By the time he stepped away from the fight, he looked worn out.
This isn't the best use of my time. I'm going to go and prepare other dishes. I'll come back for you later, Zozo. I'll serve you fresh.
Victor ran off after that. I was amazed I'd survived, but now I also knew there was hope for me, a lowly land octopus, to defeat the deadliest chef in the land. From day 23 to day 26, I was walking around the beach by my base when I spotted something in the sand. Hey, what's this? I took a closer look and saw that it was a shield of the deep. Wow, this is pretty snazzy. It must have washed up on shore. I'm so lucky. I picked up the shield and tried it out. Shield is amazing. I can't wait to try it out in a real fight. As I was walking back to my base with my new shield, I saw something written in the sand. Z-O-Z-O. Hey, that's me. That reminds me, if you want to see more of my adventures, you can find them by searching Z-O-Z-O. From day 27 to day 31, I woke up to the sound of Patrick the Armored Piglin in my room.
Zozo, I've been working on the statue. Come take a look.
I followed him to the statue and admired the progress he'd made. This looks great. I can't wait to see how it turns out.
Thank you. I can tell it's missing something, but I'm not sure what.
What if you added some gold?
That's a great idea. There should be some out in the dunes. Would you be so kind as to go out and gather some for me?
Sure. I traveled to the dunes and started searching for gold. While I was looking around, a group of royal guards spotted me.
Look, that evasive octopus is back. The grand feast approaches. We can't let him get away this time.
Told you before, I'm not gonna be a dish at your feast. I just need some stuff for a statue.
You can come willingly, or we can throw you into the pot ourselves.
Or third option, I do this. I charged at the guards and attacked with my sword. They weren't ready for me to be so bold, and it gave me the advantage I needed to win. From day 32 to day 35, I was happy to begin another day where I wasn't somebody's meal. The feast getting closer, they're gonna be more desperate to catch me. I'll need to be on guard and do everything I can to get stronger.
Excuse me? I know you're talking to yourself right now, but could you maybe help me out?
I looked, and there was a poisoned anemone in front of me. Oh, sure. What do you need help with?
Someone working for Chef Clef kidnapped my friend, the killer bunny. He said something about making her into rabbit stew, and I'm so worried. I'm not much of a fighter, so I'd really appreciate it if you could lend a tentacle.
Heck, I'll lend all 8. Show me where to go. From day 36 to day 39, I followed the poison anemone's directions and listened for the sound of a killer bunny in danger. I ended up outside of a small base further along the dunes and stopped when I heard a terrified voice coming from inside.
Help! Somebody help!
I turned invisible and snuck inside. There, I saw a strider keeping the killer bunny locked up in a cage. So I snuck up behind the strider and turned visible just in time to strike him with my sword.
Ouch! Where'd you come from? Never mind, an octopus and a rabbit will surely give me an invitation to the great feast.
All this for a party you're not even invited to? That's pretty sad, buddy.
Shut up! You're the sad one!
From day 40 to day 43, I continued my fight with the strider. He lunged at me, but I countered with another attack. And before long, he was knocked down for good. Bunny, I'm here to help. I grabbed a key off the ground and unlocked the cage.
Thank you so much. I thought I was going to wind up as somebody's soup for sure.
Not on my watch. I'm on that ingredient list too. We've got to stick together so we don't end up on a plate. Your friend sent me. Come on. I led the killer bunny back to the poison anemone, and he couldn't have been happier.
Here, I want you to take this potion of healing as a thank you. I spent so much time being poisonous, it's given me a real talent for making healing potions. You wouldn't believe how much they come in handy.
Thank you. You both stay safe. Watch out for Chef Clef and his goons. From day 44 to day 49, I finally managed to gather some gold after my side quest was complete. So I headed back to my base to give Patrick the armored piglin everything he needed to finish the statue. Patrick, I've got your gold.
Thank you so much, Zozo. I'll get right to work.
Well, Patrick's working on the statue. Maybe I should start a project too. Oh, I know. I'll build a perimeter wall to keep the base safe, in case Victor Clef, the Vindicator Chef, tries to break in and cook me up again. I built a huge wall around the perimeter of the base, and when I was finished, I took a step back and admired my work. Awesome! I definitely feel a lot safer now. I wonder how it's going with Patrick. I headed back over to check out the statue, and the gold really added a lot to it. This looks great, Patrick. Nice job.
Can you tell what it is yet?
Not yet, but there's definitely something familiar about it. I can't wait to see how it looks when it's done.
I'm almost there.
From day 50 to day 53, I was starting to feel nervous. We're halfway to the great feast, and I'm scared that Chef Clef is going to try something sneaky. I'm sure he and his goons are starting to get desperate. Just then, Patrick, the armored piglin, ran to my room to confirm my fears.
Zozo, there are a bunch of royal guards breaking through the perimeter wall.
Oh no, is Chef Clef with them?
No, but he's nearby. I can hear him yelling orders to all of them.
So he won't even face me himself. That cowardly so-and-so. I charged out of my room, and sure enough, there were royal guards storming my home.
Grab the piglin, then get the octopus.
No, get away from him! I tried to stop the royal guards, but a whole bunch of them attacked me to keep me busy, while one grabbed Patrick and dragged him away. I'll come save you as soon as I can, I promise. The royal guards closed in around me, but I fought back, taking them out one by one. When I finally finished, I grew into a bigger octopus. My hearts increased to 50, and I realized I had a new ability. Whoa, I can shift shape now. You watch yourself, Chef. I'm going to get my friend back. From day 54 to day 57, I went into my room and thought about what just happened. What should I do? I need to figure out a way to get Patrick back. If only I knew someone who had dealt with a kidnapped friend before. Wait a minute, I do know someone. That poisoned an enemy. I don't have much time to waste. I need to go to the dunes now. I ran to the dunes as fast as my tentacles could carry me and stopped at the poisoned enemy's home. Hello, it's Zozo. I need your help.
Oh, Zozo, welcome. Anything for the octopus that helped me get Bunny back?
Chef Clef kidnapped my friend. I think he wants to turn him into bacon. I have to get him back.
Yikes, that's terrible. Well, he probably took your friend back to his base. So you'll definitely need to bring your strongest weapons if you're gonna make it in and out of there without getting grilled. Literally. Do you have any diamond weapons?
Not yet.
Then my advice is to get mining, and fast. Then check the Flowering Grove. I've heard that Chef Clef holds his prisoners in a base there.
From day 58 to day 62, I rushed back into the mines. Okay, diamonds, time to get mine. So anyway, I started mining, and I kept digging until I saw something sparkly. Yes, diamonds! I dug up all the diamonds and was getting ready to carry them back to my base when a spider suddenly crawled out of the shadows and bit me. Hey, back off, creepy crawly. I thought us eight-legged freaks could stick together, but I guess not. Spider didn't answer. He bit me again. Come on, I guess I'll have to squash this bug. I attacked the spider with my sword and managed to defeat it pretty quickly. Can't let a spider slow me down while I'm trying to get ready for a rescue mission. I took the diamonds back to my base and used them to craft a diamond pickaxe and a diamond sword. Look at this. I'm so ready to fight Chef Clef now. From day 63 to day 66, I was trying out my new diamond sword and practicing my fighting. I was running all over the base, getting really carried away, and before I knew it, I ended up looking at the statue that Patrick had been working on. Oh, I almost forgot. I made this sword for a reason. I can't forget my mission. I have to go to Chef Clef's base and get Patrick back. He's not gonna want to end up on a banquet table. I won't let that happen. I took one more look at that beautiful statue. Still can't tell what it is, but I'll make sure Patrick gets the chance to finish it. Also, before I forget, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing adventures in Minecraft. Time for me to go and save my friend. From day 67 to day 70, I traveled to the Flowering Grove to try and fight for my friend back. It didn't take me long to spot Chef Clef's base. It was huge and evil looking, and I knew right away that it belonged to a bad guy. I couldn't run right inside. There were royal guards stationed all over the place. I guess I'll have to fight my way in.
Oh look, it's that slippery octopus that keep eluding our grasp. Quick, capture him so the chef can prepare him. The feast is only 30 days away. Maybe he can serve roasted pig and octopus.
No one's gonna eat me or any of my friends. I don't care what kind of huge feast you have planned. Chef Clef is just going to have to deal with the disappointment.
No one disappoints the Vindicator Chef. Perish for your foolish words.
With that, the royal guards charged at me. Using my diamond sword, I fought them all until there was no more guards left. Wait a minute, I can shapeshift now. I'll turn into a guard, and no one will know it's me. I shapeshifted into a royal guard and headed inside. I just have to keep walking and look confident. They'll never know the difference. From day 71 to day 74, I was strolling through the Vindicator Chef's base as casually as I could. I even whistled to myself a little bit, just to look like I was extra casual. But a little while into my exploration, a squall golem confronted me.
You, God, what are you doing in this area? You're supposed to be patrolling outside and keeping an eye out for that octopus.
I'm on a special mission from the boss. Yeah, that's it.
I didn't hear anything about a special mission. That sounds pretty suspicious to me. Say, what's the Royal Guard secret handshake? If you're really a god, surely you know the handshake.
It's a big thumbs up.
Intruder! Intruder!
A squall golem attacked me, and I shifted back into my true shape.
I knew it! You're that octopus!
I may not be a real guard, but I still can fight! The squall golem lunged at me, and I countered with my diamond sword. I was so much stronger than before. He was big and tough, but I still managed to defeat him. That was a close one. I hope nobody hurt him. As I was getting ready to leave the room, I spotted a chest. Ooh, what's in here? I opened it up and found a full set of diamond armor. Hey, this matches my sword, and it'll protect me. Functional and fashionable.
Help! Help! Somebody help!
Patrick, you must be in here. I turned invisible and followed the sound of Patrick's voice. From day 75 to day 78, I snuck into the next area of the base, using my invisibility to stay out of sight. I found myself in the chef's kitchen, and there, in a cage in the corner, was Patrick the Armored Piglin. Oh no, it looks like he's getting ready to cook Patrick.
Let's see, how should I prepare you? Barbecue pork, bacon, sausage? Why stop at just one way? You've got a lot of meat on your bones. I can make all three.
Please, don't eat me!
I'm afraid it can't be helped. I have a lot of people to feed at my feast, and I have a reputation of culinary excellence to uphold. Some sacrifices must be made. You don't get to be a world-famous celebrity chef without them. You know the expression. If you want to make an omelet, you have to break a few eggs. In this scenario, you're one of the eggs.
At that moment, I turned visible again and drew my sword. He's not an egg, he's my friend.
Oh, Zozo! How nice of you to deliver yourself straight to my kitchen. Good news! I've decided to upgrade you from appetizer to main course.
While he was gloating, I attacked, knocking the chef back. While he was recovering from the hit, I quickly unlocked the cage and set Patrick free. Run, Patrick, run home! I'll meet you there!
Thank you, Zozo. Be careful!
Patrick ran out of the room, and I turned back to the Vindicator Chef to continue our fight. But when I looked, he was gone. Hey, where'd you go? We weren't done fighting. Could hear his voice coming from another room.
Oh, we'll fight again, Zozo. And next time, it'll end with you on a serving platter.
From day 79 to day 84, I ran out of the Vindicator Chef's base and started my journey home. Meanwhile, in his back room, Victor Clef, the Vindicator Chef, was whipping up a new culinary creation. It wasn't a dish this time, but a potion.
This may not be my most delicious recipe, but it will bring me a truly tasty victory. Potion of strength. Let's see how you do.
He drank the potion and became larger. He flexed his new muscles and cackled evilly.
I'd like to see you try and defeat me now, Zozo. With this new power, there isn't an ingredient in the land who can escape me. I'll cook anything and anyone I please.
From day 85 to day 89, I arrived back at my base. When I got there, Patrick was waiting for me.
You did it, Zozo. You saved me. You're amazing. Thanks for saving my bacon back there.
Of course, you're my friend. But the fight isn't over. Victor Clef, the Vindicator Chef, got away from me before I could try to finish the battle. I don't know what he's planning next.
Me neither, but I do have something that I think can help you. On my way out of the base, I found this book. It contains a fire aspect enchantment. You can enchant your sword and use it to set fire to a target. Let's see how the chef likes being cooked for a change.
Awesome, I'll try it out.
While you do, I'm gonna finally finish that statue.
I used my fire aspect enchantment to enchant my sword, and it worked great! By the time I was done, Patrick was finished with the statue, so I decided to take a look at it. Wow, it's amazing!
Can you tell what it is now?
Yes, it's an octopus! Thank you, Patrick, I love it!
I hope that the confidence from this octopus statue and the power of your new enchanted sword give you the strength to defeat the Vindicator Chef. The feast is getting closer and closer, and we have to be ready.
What else can I do to get ready?
I've heard there's a potion of power hidden out in the dunes. The area is protected by royal guards, but I know you can beat them and get inside.
From day 90 to day 94, I followed Patrick's instructions and traveled to the dunes. Once I was there, all I had to do was look for the cluster of royal guards, and then I knew I was in the right place.
Infernal octopus! You won't get away from us this time!
Well, I've gotten away every other time, so I think my odds are pretty good. They didn't like that very much, and they charged at me to attack. But I set them ablaze with my newly enchanted sword and burnt them all to a crisp. I hope the chef likes his guards well done. There was no one around to hear my hilarious joke, but I laughed at it anyway. Next, I headed into the building and looked for that potion. Chest! I bet it's in here! I broke the chest open, and I was right! There was a potion of power inside! Can I drink it right now? No, I'd better wait until I really need it. This will be my secret ingredient. From day 95 to day 97, I traveled back to my base. The feast is only a few days away. I'm running out of time to prepare. Let's see, I've got the enchantment on my sword, I've got a potion of power. What else can I do to make sure I'm ready? Just then, I heard someone at the entrance to my base. Uh-oh, I wonder who that is. When I went to check, I was happy to see that it was the poison anemone.
Zozo, I've heard you're getting ready to take down Victor Clef, the Vindicator Chef. I want to help.
Really? But you're safe from him. He doesn't want to cook with the poison anemone. You'd make his dinner guests sick.
That may be true, but he's targeted my friends. Once you go after people I care about, that gets me pretty steamed. No pun intended. So I brought you this. I never had much use for it, but I bet a warrior like you could get a lot out of it.
I wasn't sure what to expect, but my jaw dropped when he produced a full set of netherite armor. Whoa, this stuff is really rare.
Is it? I don't know much about fighting. I'm an anemone without many enemies, you see. But I'm glad. If it can help protect the creatures on the chef's ingredient list, then I know I've done my part. Bunny would be hopping mad at me if I didn't contribute something, and I'd be pretty mad at myself too.
Well, you've helped a ton. Thank you. For a poisoned enemy, you're really nice.
Well, even though I'm poisonous, I try not to be toxic. Good luck, Zozo.
On day 98, I spent the day getting all of my gear together. I had my netherite armor, my sword, my potion of power, and all of the strength and encouragement I got from my friends. I feel like I finally have everything I need. The only thing left to do now is get back to the Vindicator Chef's lair and put a stop to this. Only 2 days until the feast, and the only thing I want to be served is justice. As I was about to leave, I couldn't help but feel like I was forgetting something. Oh, I know! Don't forget to search for more Zozo videos, and leave a comment about who you want to see me play as next. On day 99, I made my journey to the Flowering Grove, back to the lair of Victor Clef, the Vindicator Chef. No guard outside. Guess I finally defeated all of them. I don't know what's waiting for me inside. I think now is the moment for my secret ingredient. Let's see how much power this potion really has. I grabbed the potion of power and drank every last drop. Whoa, I definitely feel it! Immediately, I started to transform into an even bigger, stronger, tougher octopus than before! I'm huge! And my hearts have increased! I have 100 now! Okay, it's time to go in! Feeling powerful, I let my tentacles carry me inside the base! No shape-shifting or invisibility this time. I want the chef to see me coming and know what he's up against. I found him in the kitchen. Whoa, he looks a lot bigger than last time. Good thing I'm much bigger too.
Well, look at you. I guess I'll be serving very generous portions of octopus as a feast tomorrow.
No one's going to be eating anything except for you and this humble pie I'm about to serve.
I'm not familiar with that particular cuisine.
It's an expression. It means I'm gonna kick your butt. The Vindicator chef lunged at me, knocking me back, but my new armor protected me from taking any damage. Now, it's my turn. I drew my sword and used the fire enchantment, setting the Vindicator chef on fire.
Ow, 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 you cut that out!
It's not fun being cooked, is it?
You can't do this to me! I'm famous! I'm a celebrity!
I don't care how famous you are. You can't keep hurting people, especially not my friends. He tried to attack me again, but he was too weak now, and in just one more hit, I finally managed to defeat him. On day 100, I traveled back home. Can't believe I did it! Everyone is safe now! When I arrived home, I saw that Patrick was throwing a big party for me. First, I spoke to Patrick.
Congratulations, Zozo. I knew you could do it.
And then, the poison anemone.
You saved the day! You saved everyone! What are you gonna do now?
Honestly, all that fighting worked up a pretty big appetite. I kind of feel like having a feast. On day 1, I spawned in as an elemental shark in the middle of a tropical rainforest. And before I could understand what any of that even meant, I was surrounded by a gang of terrifying fire elementals, led by a massive magma golem.
Looks like we got him, boss! The last elemental who wouldn't bend the knee for ya!
What? I feel like I'm missing something here. Everyone laughed at me for saying that, and it definitely didn't make me feel good. The magma golem was the only one who remained steely and serious.
I think I'm missing something too. I'm missing the part where you swore absolute loyal to me, Magnus, the Magma Golem, Lord of the Elementals.
Who made you Lord of the Elementals? I've never even heard of you.
I made myself the Lord, and if you don't bow to me, I'll make you into Shark Elemental Sushi.
I think I'd rather make myself scarce. Before the Magma Golem or his fire elementals could attack me, I used one of my elemental powers to warp out of there and run away as fast as I could. As if this day wasn't stressful enough, as I was running away, I got incredibly hungry and didn't have any food. Could this get any worse? The only food I could find in the tropical rainforest was some apples, but it was being guarded by an angry earth elemental. Would you be down to share one of those apples with me?
No, these apples can only be enjoyed by servants of Magnus, Lord of the Elementals.
Is there anyone around here who doesn't work for this guy? I fought the Earth Elemental with my bare fins until I gave up and ran away. Finally, I was able to at least enjoy an apple. This is the one nice thing that's happened to me today. What's going on here? On day 2, I kept running through the tropical forest until I was convinced I'd lost the Magma Golem and his nasty gang of fire elementals. If there's one thing I can be sure of in this crazy, confusing world, it's that those guys are bad news. When I felt safe, I punched down one of the trees and made myself a wooden pickaxe. And with that, it wasn't hard to mine down into the ground and collect myself enough stone blocks to get started on a base. I think after all this craziness, I've really earned a roof over my head tonight. I used the stone and wood I collected to start building a base with a basic bedroom and living area, complete with a sofa and a couch. I also made myself a stone sword and a stone pickaxe. It wasn't much, but at least it was something. As long as that awful magma golem doesn't come and try to burn it down. But I soon wished I hadn't said that, because a few of the magma golem's fire elementals came blazing through the forest towards me.
You thought you could escape us, didn't you, kid? Nobody escapes Magnus or his minions. Sooner or later, you're gonna give in to his demands or be destroyed.
But why would I want to work for a guy like him? What is he even planning?
You're not important enough to know that. Come on, boys, let's torch him.
The fire elementals came for me, and I used my stone sword to fight them back until they were nothing more than ashes. I still don't understand what's happening here. What is this Magnus guy planning, and what part do I play in all of this? You better watch to the end if you want to help me find out. On day 3, I decided it was time to investigate what was going on. After all, if I didn't know the truth, I was at a disadvantage. I started exploring around the tropical rainforest until I found someone who wanted to talk to me about it, and that someone just so happened to be a scary-looking monster mushroom named Fungo. To my surprise, he was friendly. Please, Fungo, tell me about what the deal is with Magnus, the so-called Lord of the Elements. He's been hassling me ever since I spawned here.
That makes a lot of sense. You're a shock elemental, right? And as his name suggests, Magnus, the Lord of the Elementals, wants to get control of as many of the elementals as he can. And if you want to get them too, chances are the only way you're going to be able to do it is by taking the fight to him.
Defeat Magnus? Maybe if I get stronger I could do that, but why? I don't understand why he's doing this.
Well, take a seat on that log over there, buddy, 'cause that's a much longer and wilder story.
So I did as I was told and sat down, but nothing could prepare me for what I was about to hear. From day 4 to day 5, I sat down and listened to the story Fungo the Monster Mushroom told me about Magnus the Magma Golem.
First, you need to understand that golems are always created by villagers. They are not natural creatures, and as such, they are completely at odds with the natural elements of the world. But when Magnus was created, he learned to hate his own unnaturalness. He was so frustrated by it that he wanted to conquer the elements and make them work for him. One by one, he subdued the fire elementals, the earth elementals, the air elementals, and the water elementals. Through their allegiance, he may be able to control all the forces of the natural world. And in order to defeat him before he becomes too powerful, you'll need to master all 4 of the elements and gain their powers.
Oh, just like in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Wait, you've seen Avatar? Sweet, that's gonna make all of this a lot easier to understand. Be careful out there, Zozo. If you can get strong enough and gain all these powers, you can save us all. But to help with the learning process, you'll need to find a mentor.
Do you know where I can find one?
Nope. Good luck.
From day 6 to day 8, with all the new information that Fungo the Monster Mushroom had given me stewing around in my head, I started making my way back to my base. So, I need to find a mentor. How can I track one down? It's not like they have a directory website, but my frustration and self-pity was interrupted by seeing an innocent swamp pig being picked on by more of those evil fire elementals.
Please, guys, leave me alone. I'm just doing my daily exercise.
Little piggy's trying to exercise. Hilarious. We can help you warm up.
Oh yeah, we'll fry your bacon. These are extremely insensitive jokes, guys. Please leave me alone.
But I knew they'd never leave that poor swamp pig alone, not unless I made them. That's why I pulled out my stone sword and ran in to fight them off. Leave that innocent pig alone, you meanies! It didn't take me long to defeat them all and rescue the swamp pig from a fiery doom. Needless to say, he was relieved.
Thank you, kind stranger. I'm Sammy the swamp pig. You have done me a great kindness today, and I'll never forget it.
No problem, Sammy. I'm Zozo, by the way. Say, do you have any idea where I might find a mentor? I really need one to help me save the world.
Well, I did hear rumors about a great teacher who lived near water somewhere, but that's all I know. Still, I want to help you, Zozo. I really owe you one.
How about you come back to my base? I could really use some allies right now. I led Sammy the Swamp Pig back into my base and started building a new room in my base for him to stay in. And make sure you keep watching until the end, because the craziest parts are yet to come. From day 9 to day 10, I found a huge underground cavern in the tropical rainforest where I could search for rare materials. The deeper and darker I descended in, the more veins of iron ore I found. I mined and collected the iron ore and then constructed a furnace underground to smelt into iron ingots. Now it's time to make myself some awesome new equipment. I made a set of iron armor, an iron sword, and an iron pickaxe. and not a second too soon, as I heard something terrifying skittering around in the dark. I turned and saw a giant skulk scorpion crawling towards me, looking like it was ready to attack, and it turned out that it actually was! I tried to attack it with my iron sword, but it didn't seem to have much of an effect on the monster, which was as strong and fast as it was angry. In the end, I needed to use my location warping ability to zap out of there and run deeper into the darkness of the underground cavern. Can't see how this would ever end badly. From day 11 to day 12, all I could do was try to hide deeper in the underground cavern and hope that the skulk scorpion didn't find me down there. How am I gonna save the world from a powerful magma golem if I can't even defeat a nasty underground bug? Deep in the dark, my greatest enemy wasn't the skulk scorpion or even Magnus, the lord of the elementals. It was just pure boredom. So when I found a dusty old book, you can only imagine how relieved I was. I certainly never expected that this book would contain the secret to Magnus's rise to power. It was filled with strange Latin text, but then I opened the book to a section called the 3 Enforcers. It described 3 terrifying and powerful golems who worked for Magnus: the Bone Golem, the Diamond Golem, and the Bedrock Golem. These 3 golems were vital for keeping all the elementals in line, and if I was able to defeat all 3 of the Enforcer golems, Magnus's control over elementals would probably collapse. Now I know what I need to do. If I defeat the 3 Enforcers, defeating Magnus afterwards would be easy. But I was celebrating a little too loudly. Suddenly, a vicious fire salamander, a powerful underworld creature, ran towards me. He was a tough mob to defeat since he shot flames at me. He had something that looked like an organic turret protruding from his back. A truly bizarre and scary mob, but with the knowledge of what I needed to do fueling me, I was able to do it. And this gave me enough XP to level up, becoming a bigger, stronger elemental shark with 18 hearts and the ability to breathe fire. Looks like I've mastered 1 element, 3 to go. Keep watching to see what I evolve into next. From day 13 to day 15, I returned to my base, bigger and stronger than ever before. And when I was back, I saw that Sammy the Swamp Pig had made an awesome addition to the base while I was gone, a whole new floor. Whoa, Sammy, this room looks so cool. What exactly is it?
Look, it's a lounge area, Zozo. You need to stay relaxed if you want to be in harmony with the 4 elements.
An excellent idea, Sammy. Do you have any news on where I might be able to find the mentor I've been searching for too?
I've heard of some strange activity near a pond deep in the tropical rainforest. Maybe that has something to do with it.
On Sammy's advice, I ventured out deeper into the tropical rainforest until I found the pond and what looked like a crimson wizard waiting outside it.
Stay back, Elemental! I will not serve your master!
He fired an energy blast at me that took off a few of my hearts and prepared to fire another. Wait, you don't understand. I'm an elemental, but I don't work for Magnus. I'm trying to defeat him. I'm just looking for a mentor that will help train me to stop him.
Oh, I see. Sorry about firing an energy blast at you there, old chap. You can't be too careful these days with Magnus and his minions around.
It's okay, I understand. So, can you mentor me, Mr. Wizard?
I'm afraid that isn't my area of expertise, but I also wish to stop the diabolical Magnus. You and I can work together to make that a reality.
It never hurts to have magic on your side, I guess. Come on back to my base with me. Let's work together.
Lead the way, Elemental Shark!
I set off back towards my base with 1 more ally in tow. From day 16 to day 19, I returned to my base with the Crimson Wizard. Because Sammy the Swamp Pig figured I might be returning with a mentor, he'd already built a room for the Crimson Wizard. My base is practically becoming a hotel. I should start charging people.
I'd be happy to pay. This room looks wonderful.
Before you get too comfortable, Crimson Wizard, I need some advice. Do you have any idea where I should go next in my quest to master the elements and take on Magnus?
Good question, Zozo. Personally, I would suggest the Mojave Desert. To master all the elements, you must first experience them all.
That sounds like a good idea to me. Time to go. After a couple days of traveling, I'd reached the Mojave Desert and started searching around for any clues as to what I needed to do next. The last thing I expected was to run into a talking desert cat. Hey, little kitty, do you have any idea what I can do to help defeat Magnus, Lord of the Elementals?
Meow. Magnus? You mean the magma golem? I think some of his henchmen are around here, just a little further west in this very desert. Maybe go defeat them, and I'll see whatever information I can provide afterwards.
That's so convenient. Thank you, Desert Cat. From day 20 to day 22, following the cat's instructions, I went further west into the Mojave Desert. It didn't take me long to find a gang of rowdy air elementals who were just itching for a fight.
Hey, look! It's that elemental shark who defied the orders of Lord Magnus.
Yep, that's me, but I'm not here for you small fries. That'd be a waste of my time.
Small fries? Oh, buddy, you are gonna regret saying that.
They flew over to attack me, but I was ready. With my iron sword, I cut them down and defeated each one of them until I was the last one standing. Or so I thought. Turned out, one of Magnus's head enforcers, the Bone Golem, had been sneaking up behind me. I turned just as the Bone Golem hit me, taking off a shocking number of hearts. Immediately, I was fighting for my life, striking him with my iron sword, but it wasn't having any effect. He was so confident, he started throwing his own bones at me. I needed to pull out the big guns and use my elemental powers on this nasty, overgrown skeleton. Fire breath, go! I breathed a powerful jet of flames onto the Bone Golem, finally defeating him. And with that, I was a third of the way to bringing down Magnus and his Empire of Evil. From day 23 to day 26, I went back to tell the Desert Cat about my success. Hey, little kitty, I found those henchmen and I kicked their butts.
Meow, that's great news. Those jerks kept making crazy wind and messing up my fur. Now I can nap in peace without worrying about any air elementals bothering me.
So, what can you tell me about Magnus, and how can I defeat him?
Well, Magnus doesn't like to fight his own fights. He prefers to have his henchmen take care of that for him. So if you can defeat all of his elemental goons, he won't have anyone left to fight for him, and he'll have to face you himself.
I guess I just need to make sure I'm strong enough when the time comes.
Meow, that sounds about right. Oh, before I forget, maybe you can use this.
The cat gave me a potion of power. Thanks, I can definitely use this.
Glad to hear it. Now scram, it's my nap time, and I just found the perfect sunny spot.
You got it. I left the cat and continued walking through the desert until I found a new area. When I got there, I was jumped by some earth elementals.
Say, it's the wise guy who thinks he can defy Lord Magnus. Let's get him, boys.
Not if I get you first. Fire breath, go! I blew a blast of fire at the earth elementals and followed it up with an attack with my iron sword. Pretty soon, all but one of the earth elementals was defeated.
Wait, if you let me go, I can give you some information.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, Lord Magnus's headquarters. It's guarded by earth, air, and water elementals. Is that helpful?
Yeah, get out of here. He ran away, and I took the moment of victory to drink my potion of power. When I did, I gained 24 hearts, evolving into an even bigger version of myself. And I gained the Earth ability. I can shoot an Earth charge that leaves behind a pile of dirt on the ground. Looks like I just mastered Earth. 2 down, 2 to go. From day 27 to day 31, I headed back to my base. On the way there, I passed the pond again. There was a diamond golem there, waiting for me. He attacked me, and I tried to fight back, but he was way too strong. In the end, I had to run away before he dealt me too much damage. Oh, that was a close one. I was scared he'd chase after me, but finally I made it back to my base, safe and sound.
Wow, Zozo, look at you. You're so big and strong.
Indeed, your stature is most impressive.
Thanks, guys, but I'm not done yet. I've still got 2 elements left to master, and I need to get way stronger if I'm gonna defeat Magnus.
Still, you must take time to celebrate how far you have already come. Speaking of progress, I have a sense that there is something useful to you waiting at a nearby location, the Rainbow Beach.
Then I'd better get going and see what it is. From day 32 to day 35, I traveled to the Rainbow Beach to see what the wizard might have sensed out there. I sure wish magic would be more specific. Oh well, I guess that's just how magic is. As I was looking around, I spotted an iron golem up ahead. Hey there, do you know anything about Magnus?
Don't you ever say that name to me! How dare you bring him up in my presence!
Oh wait, I didn't mean to offend you. Before I could explain, he attacked me. I drew my sword and fought back, but he was really strong. Turns out though, so was I. After fighting for a while, it became pretty clear that we were evenly matched. Please, let's stop this and just talk.
You're lucky I'm getting tired. Fine, talk.
I get the feeling you don't like Magnus much.
Don't like him? That's an understatement. We used to be best friends a long time ago. One day, though, he started getting obsessed with the elements. He wanted to control them, all of them. And when I tried to argue with him, elementals think they're so great. Huh. See how great they think they are when I find a way to control every element. What's wrong with you having one specialty? All I do is iron, but you don't see me complaining. That's because you're a loser, and I don't need to spend my time with losers. If you're not with me, you're against me. He knocked me out and left. I never saw him again. Pretty soon, I started hearing about what he was getting up to, and I realized that the friend I used to know was gone. His jealousy and hunger for power turned him into a villain.
That's terrible. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to master all the elements too, but it's so I can beat him and stop him from hurting people.
If that's true, then that is a noble goal. I wish you luck, Mr. Shark.
Thanks. The name's Zozo. From day 36 to day 39, I traveled back to the tropical rainforest. I really need to upgrade my armor. Let's see what I can find here.
If armor upgrades you do seek, then it is to me that you should speak.
Who's there? And why are you rhyming? A monster mushroom jumped out from behind a tree.
Sorry, when I get nervous, I talk in rhymes. I know where you can get some upgrades. Lord Magnus's base is empty right now, and there are plenty of supplies to be found in there. It's not like he deserves them. You might as well take them.
Sounds good to me, but where's his base?
In the swamp surrounded by lava. Do me a favor though, if you see a big mean fire elemental running with a gang of other fiery jerks, would you defeat him for me? He tried to hurt me, and I'd rather he not get a chance to try again.
You got it! Thanks for the help! Following the monster mushroom's directions, I managed to make my way to the swamps and Magnus's base. From day 40 to day 43, I fought my way into Magnus's base. There was only a few wither skeleton guards, and it was easy to beat them. Then, I ran inside. Jeez, this place really suits the guy. It looks as mean as he is. I didn't have much time to look around because the diamond golem from earlier was inside. Uh-oh, this guy again. I've got to do a better job this time. I started with my fire breath, then followed it up with a sword attack. It was pretty tough, and I wasn't sure if I would be able to do it. But finally, I was able to defeat him. When the diamond golem fell, he dropped a whole bunch of diamonds. This is just what I need. Now I can go back to the base and upgrade my gear. I grabbed all the diamonds. Now I've got to get out of here before Magnus gets back. I may be a lot stronger than I used to be, but I'm still not ready to face him. Maybe with some upgraded armor and weapons though, I'll be closer to my goal. From day 44 to day 49, I traveled back to my base and got to work on upgrading my armor and weapons. Using all of the diamonds I got from that diamond golem, I was able to craft a diamond pickaxe, a diamond sword, and some diamond armor. Awesome, look at all this stuff. I feel more powerful already. Okay, back to exploring. I need to see what else I can do to improve and work toward mastering those last two elements. I headed out into the rainforest and started exploring. As I did, I came across a group of fire elementals. They didn't see me at first, but I could hear them.
You guys remember that loser mushroom that got away from us before? I think I know where we can find him and finish the job.
Nice! He was so pathetic! Let's go get him!
That's the fire elemental he was talking about. If I fight and defeat these guys, he won't have to worry about them anymore.
Wait, there's some shocky freak listening to us. That's the guy the boss told us about.
Yup, and I'm here to kick your butts. Using my new diamond sword, I was able to defeat those fire elementals in no time. This new gear sure is great. I can't wait to see the look on Magnus's face when he realizes I'm finally strong enough to take him down. But I can't get ahead of myself. I gotta focus on mastering water and air. Time to get moving. From day 50 to day 53, I traveled into the Red Rock Highlands to seek out new ways to master the elements. I feel like the Highlands can teach me air stuff, right? That seems right. Or maybe water. Is there water here? As I explored, I came across an open book lying on the ground. Inside it said, "I'm gentle enough to wash your hair, light enough to fly through the sky, strong enough to crack rocks. What am I? That doesn't make any sense. How can one thing wash hair, fly in the air, and break rocks? I don't get it. It took me a little while to think about it, but suddenly it came to me. Wait a second, it's water!
That's right, Zozo.
An earth elemental jumped out at me.
Guess you're smarter than you look. Too bad you'll never get a chance to master water because Lord Magnus sent me to take you out.
Out to dinner?
No, out of this world.
Oh no! I got my diamond sword ready and started swinging. I followed it up with some fire breath, and the earth elemental crumbled. After the fight, I could feel myself getting bigger and stronger. I'm evolving again! As I got stronger, I gained more hearts. Now I have 35 of them. I also gained the Ice Blast ability. I can freeze enemies in place with this. I guess I finally mastered water. Only one more to go! From day 54 to day 57, I returned to my base. The Crimson Wizard had a surprise for me. He built some protective walls around the base while I was gone.
As a token of appreciation for letting me stay at your home rent-free, I thought I might work on our defenses a little bit.
These walls look really nice. I feel safer already. Thanks!
No problem.
Now I'm feeling pretty good, but I know I need to get stronger and master the fourth and final element. I need some help. I wonder if there's anyone who can mentor me. I looked around the base for ideas, but as awesome as my new friends were, none of them would be able to teach me about fighting. Wait a second, that iron golem I met before was really tough and cool. I should go ask him if he can help me. I returned to the place where I met the iron golem and sure enough, he was there. Hey, it's me, Zozo. Remember me?
I do. How is your quest to master the elements and defeat Magnus going?
I've got 3 out of 4 down, but I still need to get stronger. Would you train me?
Train you to take down Magnus? It would be an honor. Let's get to work, Zozo.
From day 58 to day 62, I started my training with the Iron Golem. He set up a wall of blocks for me.
You see these blocks? Break them without touching them.
I'll try my best. I used my fire breath to break the blocks.
Now try to dodge my attacks.
He ran at me and attacked, and I dodged. He had me do a bunch of different challenges and training exercises. I had to run up and down the beach, go out into the water and swim back, and test out all my new powers. By the time I was done, I was exhausted, but I also gained more strength. Sweet! This will help my sword hit even harder. But I haven't mastered air yet.
Not yet, but you've made some great progress. I'm proud of you.
Thanks for all your help. You've been a great mentor. From day 63 to day 66, I went back to my base. When I got there, I saw a group of water elementals running away from the base. What the? Oh no! They had destroyed my base and destroyed some of the walls.
Zozo, help! These miscreants kidnapped the swamp pig!
No! I was able to catch up with one of the water elementals and I hit him with my pile of dirt. Tell me where they took my friend or I'll hit you again.
Zoinks! Don't do that! They took the pig to Lord Magnus's base. There's a prison cell attached to it. They're gonna throw him in there.
And I've got to get over there too. No time to waste. I need to save my friend. I'd let the water elemental go and set off toward the Wailing Garth to rescue the swamp pig. From day 67 to day 70, I traveled to Magnus's base on a swamp pig rescue mission. When I reached the swamps, I saw a big cage in the base, and there was the swamp pig trapped inside. Don't worry, I'll get you out of there.
Yeah, right. You'll have to go through us first.
The water elementals closed in around me, but I had a plan. Maybe I should give you guys the cold shoulder. I fired my Ice Blast ability at the water elementals, freezing them in place. Then I used my diamond sword to take them out, one by one. The last water elemental dropped a key to the cage. Now let's get you free. I used the key to unlock the cage and let the swamp pig out.
Thank you, Zozo. I knew you'd save me.
What are friends for? Now let's get out of here before Magnus comes back. We ran back to the base together, and much to my surprise, when we got back, all the damage was fixed. Wow, who did this?
I did. I also added some guard towers so we can see threats coming if any more of Magnus's henchmen decide to attack us again.
Awesome, thank you so much. From day 71 to day 74, I wasn't sure what to do next. Can I learn about how to master air? I just don't know. Wait a second, there was that Skulk Scorpion I couldn't fight before. I bet I could beat him now. Maybe then I'll figure out what to do next. With my new plan to fight the Skulk Scorpion, I headed down into the underground cavern. Hello, Mr. Scorpion, are you down here still? Sure enough, there it was! The scorpion ran at me and tried to sting me with its stinger, but I fought back with a fire breath and my sword. Then I used my ice blast to freeze it and follow up with the sword to finish it off. I did it! I did it! Hey, look at this! There was a book on the ground. The Book of Exposition. What's it say? The answers you seek lie deeper in the cavern, but there you must face the bedrock golem. Well, who am I to argue with a random book? Let's go! From day 75 to day 78, I followed the instructions from the Book of Exposition and headed deeper into the underground cavern. There, I saw a group of earth elementals and a big bedrock golem behind them. Before I could say anything or attack, the earth elementals spotted me.
I've had enough of this clown. Why don't you just give up already?
Because what Magnus is doing is wrong, and I can't just stand by and let him get away with it.
Okay, then don't stand by. Just stand. Die.
The earth elementals rushed at me, but I was ready for them. I fought them with my diamond sword. Once they were all gone, I turned my attention to the bedrock golem. Now it's your turn. He was much tougher than the earth elementals. In fact, he was tougher than anyone else I had fought so far. I had to use all of my special abilities to knock him down and out of his misery. That was a relief, and good, because I felt myself evolving again. My hearts increased to 80, and I gained the ability Whirlwind Attack. I did it! I mastered air! I've got to tell everyone! From day 79 to day 84, I ran back to the base to deliver the good news. Hey, look! Look! I showed my friends my new evolved form and tested out my Whirlwind Attack for them.
Wow, Zozo, you're amazing!
Most impressive.
So now what should I do?
Excellent question, my friend. I believe the answers await us at the Red Rock Highlands. Shall we go there now?
Yes, let's go! From day 85 to day 89, the Crimson Wizard and I traveled to the Red Rock Highlands. Okay, we're here. Now what?
Let me see. I had hoped the Highlands would reveal the truth to me when we arrived, but it remains unclear. Perhaps we should see if we can acquire any additional items that might allow you to upgrade your gear?
Sure, why not? Together, we searched the area for cool items. I found some more diamonds and gathered them up. From day 90 to day 94, I was gathering diamonds while the Crimson Wizard headed back to the base. All of a sudden, Magnus appeared behind me.
Still haven't given up yet, I see.
Nope, and I never will. I finally mastered all the elements, and I'm coming for ya.
Oh yeah? How are you going to do that from underground?
What? What are you talking about?
The one element you haven't mastered. The element of surprise.
Magnus hit me hard, knocking my diamonds out of my hands. Then he got me again, knocking me out cold. When I woke up, I was in an underground chamber. Oh no, I'm trapped in here. What should I do? Wait a second, Magnus didn't count on me still having this iron pickaxe. I'll use it to tunnel out of here. I wasn't sure how long I'd been out, so I had to work fast and make up for lost time. I dug faster than I'd ever dug before, until I broke through to the surface. Nice try, Magnus, but you can't get rid of me that easily. From day 95 to day 97, I started making my way back to my base. On the way, I was ambushed by a group of earth elementals.
See? I told the boss burying him wouldn't work. Weeds always grow back.
I'm not a weed, I'm an elemental shark, and I'm stronger than you, and I'll prove it. I fought back, and with my mastery of all 4 elements, it didn't take long for me to beat them. I finished my fight with the Whirlwind Attack and blew them away. Awesome! Okay, no time to celebrate yet. I've got to get back to the base. On day 98, I finally made my way back to my base.
Zozo, where have you been?
We were worried about you.
Magnus surprised me and trapped me in an underground chamber. I had to dig myself out.
Monstrous.
That's awful.
It's okay, I'm totally fine. I made it back, and we still have time for me to use my mastery of the elements to defeat Magnus and restore peace. It's gonna be great!
You're right, Zozo. Gee, this sure has been a wild adventure.
And to see more adventures like it, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and search Zozo.
Zozo, allow me to accompany you to Magnus's lair. There, you can finally end this nightmare for good.
On day 99, the Crimson Wizard walked with me all the way to the swamps and Magnus's base. He couldn't come with me, but I didn't want him to. It was important for me to face Magnus on my own. There, outside the base, were earth elementals, air elementals, and water elementals guarding it. I was pretty nervous at first because there were loads of them and they all attacked me. But I knew I could do it. I fought my way through the elemental guards, freezing them with my ice blast, burning them with my fire breath, and blowing them away with my whirlwind attack. It took a while to get through all of them, but in the end, I managed. Phew, all that fighting made me hungry. Magnus must be anticipating me because he really did gather all the remaining elementals to guard his base. Now, let me find him. On day 100, I headed into Magnus's base to finally complete my quest. He was sitting on a throne, waiting for me. I escaped your trap.
So I see. I had a feeling you might. It doesn't matter. You're going to lose.
I don't think I am. See, there's something you don't get about the elements. They require balance. They're equal. None of them are better than the others. Elements don't have lords. They're all equal and work together.
Foolish words from a foolish shark. No more talking. Let's fight.
He didn't have to tell me twice. He didn't even have to tell me once. I was already getting my sword ready. I used my dirt ability to hopefully trap him, but he dodged it. He came back at me with an attack, but I dodged it and attacked again. All of a sudden, Magnus started shaking and growing. He evolved into a bigger, stronger version of himself right before my eyes. Uh-oh, I've got to step up my game. Ice time! I used my ice ability to freeze Magnus so he wouldn't have a chance to hit me with his new evolved strength. This gave me just enough time to use all the other elements back to back. Earth, fire, air! With all my powers combined, I finally defeated Magnus! It's over! Now we can all coexist in peace again! On day 1, I spawned into the Black Forest as an impressive but small robot land shark with 10 hearts. Wow, look at me! Am I a robot? Am I a shark? What's the deal with my whole thing? While I was looking around and getting a sense of setting in myself, an evil scientist approached me.
What you are is my greatest creation. Are you prepared to serve your ultimate purpose, carrying out my every wish and destroying all of my enemies?
What? No, I don't want to do any of that.
Too bad. That's the only reason you exist. To rebel against this purpose would be a fool's errand.
And I guess I'm a fool, but I'll never be evil, and I'll never work with you.
Ha! Something must be wrong with your programming. A bug in your system. I'll have to exterminate it. You have 100 days to change your mind and come work for me, or I'll take you apart bit by bit myself and put you back together my way.
I don't like the sound of that. I've got to get out of here.
You can run, but you can't hide. I can track you wherever you go. You're my creation!
I ran out of there as fast as my metal fins could carry me. While I was running, I ran right into an armored pillager. Oof, I'm sorry.
Abomination! You must have been created by Dr. Evilson. I'll destroy you and save the overworld from his monstrous plans.
Wait, but he didn't listen and started to attack me. Luckily, I was small enough to dodge and run away from him. So I've got Dr. Evilson to worry about, and the people who think I'm working for him. I'll have to find a way to get strong enough to defeat him before he reprograms me. And I'll need to make some friends who can look past my scary exterior and help me. This is gonna be tough! On day 2, I decided to start building myself some shelter. I'll need a base where I can hide out and stay safe from Dr. Evilson and from more of those armored pillagers. First things first, I'll need some wood. Luckily, I'm in a forest. I walked deeper into the Black Forest where I gathered some wood and some apples too. Snack break! Can robot sharks eat apple? I sure hope so. I ate an apple. Looks like the answer is heck yes! Using the wood, I crafted a wooden pickaxe for myself. Then I took that pickaxe and started gathering some stone. Phew, that was hard work. But now, I've got enough to make some stone tools. I crafted a stone pickaxe and a stone sword too. Now that I've got some tools, I'd better get started on my base. I'll need somewhere to sleep tonight. I found a perfect spot by the ocean. It gave me a great idea what I wanted my base to be. Can you figure out what I'm building? Just as I was building my base, I saw that armored pillager rushing out at me from behind the trees.
There you are! Die, Robot Scourge!
I'd really rather not. He attacked, but I countered with my stone sword. It was a pretty tough fight, but after some back and forth, I managed managed to defeat him! Wow, this has been a really big second day of existing. I'd better get some rest. I finished up building myself a comfortable but modest bedroom and went to bed. On day 3, I ventured out to the desert to search for more materials for my base. Good thing I'm not a real shark. This heat would dry me right out. I was exploring my sandy surroundings when a geomancer rushed at me out of nowhere. Hey, what's the big idea?
The big ideal is you, defying the wishes of Dr. Evilson. I am a big fan of his evil scientific advances, and I don't take kindly to that sort of thing.
Did he build you too?
No, I'm just really into evil science. Why won't you accept your purpose?
I don't want to be evil. I don't want to hurt anyone.
But it's fun. See?
He attacked me, but I dodged his hit. This isn't fun. Leave me alone. He attacked me again, and this time I wasn't able to dodge. He knocked me down. Uh-oh, I'm in real trouble here. A sudden gust of wind knocked the geomancer away from me. It sent him flying out of sight. Wow, what was that? I jumped to my feet, and I saw a wind caller standing in the distance.
That was me, stranger. Are you alright?
I am now. Thank you. I'm Zozo.
My name is Willy. Willy the Wind Collar. I believe I heard you say that you oppose the work of Dr. Evilson?
Yes, he invented me, but I don't want to be evil. I want to stop him from hurting people.
We share a common goal, my friend. Would you like to work together?
No, I'd love to. From day 4 to day 5, I led Willy the Wind Caller back to my base. Oh, I guess you'll need a room to live in here.
That would be ideal. Yes.
Then I'll build you a room right away. I constructed a small cozy room for Willy to live in while he was staying with me. It'll be so nice to have some company here. I was worried I wouldn't make any friends while looking this scary.
I've seen far scarier things in this world than you, Zozo. I promise.
That's unsettling, but also nice to hear. Anyway, you get settled in here. I'm gonna go gather some more supplies. I wandered back out into the forest nearby and started picking up some wood and stone so that I could add on to the base. While I was using my pickaxe to dig up some stone, an armored pillager jumped out from behind a tree and attacked me. Oh no, not another one of you guys!
Oh yes, I know you destroyed my brother, and I've come here to avenge him. You're even more horrifying than he described.
Rude, but we don't have to fight. You can just leave.
Never! Stand and face me, coward!
Okay, I guess. I drew my sword and fought back against the armored pillager. I had a bit more practice this time and was able to defeat him more quickly than his brother. Phew, I'm getting better at this. Oh, hey, looks like he dropped something. I took a closer look and saw that it was a potion of swiftness. Oh, I better take this with me. From day 6 to day 8, I continued gathering supplies for the base. I've got lots of building materials, but I feel like I'm missing something. What else do we need? While I was brainstorming, running the idea through the computer of my brain, I spotted a herd of lost sheep. Hey, do you guys belong to anybody? Do you need somewhere to live? The sheep didn't answer me, they just stared at me, so I took that as an answer. Follow me, sheep! I started to lead the sheep back to my base, but my path was suddenly blocked by Dr. Evilson! Uh-oh.
Uh-oh is right. Have you reconsidered my offer? Will you join me and serve your purpose? My greatest invention?
Nice of you to call me great, but I still don't want to do your bidding.
Sorry to hear that. Guess I'll have to introduce you to my new friend then.
Sure, I love to meet new people. Oh, I get it. Your friend is a weapon, right?
No, well, yes. It's this mace. Come with me, or I'll smash you into scrap metal.
He swung the mace at me, and I dodged and tried to fight back with my sword, but it didn't even leave a scratch. Uh-oh, I'm still not strong enough. I'd better get out of here. Before Dr. Evilson could attack me again, I ran out of there, leading the sheep with me. That was a close call, but at least I got these sheep. Then I built a little pen for them to stay in. From day 9 to day 10, I was feeling pretty down after running away from that fight with Dr. Evilson. I thought I'd be stronger by now, but I can still barely fight. Willy the Wind Caller wove words of wisdom.
Sounds like you're having a bit of a confidence crisis.
I am, Willy. It's true. I'm not sure what to do to get my spirits back up. Do robots even have spirits? I feel like they have to, because mine is kind of crushed right now.
Don't be so hard on yourself. You've only existed for 9 days. It takes time to reach your full potential.
I guess.
Listen, I've got something that might cheer you up.
I've been working on a statue as a gift for you. Come take a look.
Sure, I love statues. I followed Willy and saw a piece of a statue that he had already completed. This is really cool. What's it gonna be?
That's a surprise.
I love surprises too. You really get me. If you think you can guess what the final statue will be, let me know down in the comments.
If you're done breaking the fourth wall, I want to show you some base upgrades I made too. I added a lighthouse tower, but there is more inside.
I followed him and saw a brand new kitchen right by the entrance. I even tested out our new comfy sofas. Upstairs, there was a storage room full of crates filled to the brim with veggies. Then he showed me a training room where I tested my fighting skills. There was even a nice new furnace area. Lastly, we went to the roof and hung out by another sheep pen. Wow, all these upgrades are awesome and super helpful. Thank you for doing all of this.
Hey, don't mention it.
I already did. From day 11 to day 12, I had a very strange dream. I could see Dr. Evilson working in a spooky laboratory, putting the pieces of an invention together. As he did, I realized I recognized it. The invention was me. Or it was me before I was activated and woke up in the Black Forest.
This invention will be my greatest creation. The unstoppable power of a shark, the indestructible strength of a robot, and the ability to navigate all kinds of land. No one will ever stand in my way again. If anyone decides to defy me, or question me, or make jokes about me being a nerd just like they did back in high school, I'll just have my robot assassin take them out. I'll never face consequences for my actions ever again!
Just as he finished building the robot in my dream, I woke up. That was wild. It must be a memory from my, computer memory. I was right about that guy. He has nothing but bad intentions. I definitely don't want to help him or any of that. I know I was built to be an assassin, but I want to be someone good instead. I just hope I can. From day 13 to day 15, I traveled back to the desert. I need to practice my fighting if I'm gonna have any hope of defeating Dr. Evilson. If any bad guys show up, I'll make sure I'm ready. As I was exploring, I spotted that nasty geomancer who attacked me before. I guess Willy wasn't able to get rid of you for good.
You mean that pathetic little breeze? Huh! It takes more than that to keep a geomancer down.
How about a sword? I drew my sword and got ready for battle.
A robot land shark with a sword? Now I've seen everything.
Have you seen me kicking your butt? Cause you're about to. But fighting isn't just about making funny quips. I actually had to put my money where my robot shark mouth was. I charged at the geomancer and slashed him with my sword. This time, I managed to do some damage. Before long, I had won my victory. I did it. That was amazing. Hey, what's that beeping sound? My robotic body was beeping, like it was upgrading. And sure enough, it was. I grew bigger, got stronger, and my hearts increased to 24. Yippee! I cheered and fired a laser. Whoa, I'm a shark with a stinking laser beam on my head. I can't wait to see what happens next on my journey. From day 16 to day 19, I decided it was time to try and upgrade my gear. It's mining time. I yearned for the mine. I followed my heart and my built-in GPS system and located a mining cavern near my base in the Black Forest. I climbed down into the cavern and scoured the dark tunnels for something valuable. I happened upon a rich vein of iron ore. This is perfect. I was just about to start digging it up when I was ambushed by a zombified armored piglin. Yikes! Where did this scary thing come from? It didn't answer me. It just oinked and attacked. I fought back with my sword, but I wasn't able to win until I zapped it with my new laser ability. That did the job. Phew. Now that that's done, I'd better get this iron and get out of here before any more monsters show up. I took the iron ore back to my base, smelted it in the furnace, and crafted an iron sword and an iron pickaxe. From day 20 to day 22, I woke up to the sound of Willy the Windcaller running into my room. What's going on?
Zozo, come quickly. Dr. Evilson is outside. I think he's here to attack your base. At least, I can't imagine he has any good intentions.
No, I doubt it. I'll be right there. I ran out of my room and was out to the front of the base where Dr. Evilson was waiting, looking evil and menacing as always. What are you doing here?
What? Doctors can't make house calls anymore.
I'm not sick.
Are you sure about that? Maybe you have a computer virus, and that's why you're ignoring your programming. Let me take a look inside your head, and I can fix you.
There's nothing wrong with me. I just don't want to do what you want. Now get out of here. This is my home, and you weren't invited.
I'll leave if you come with me. Or should I just shut you down and use your parts to make a better robot?
I drew my sword and got ready to fight. I rushed at him and attacked. I dodged easily, so I fired my laser at him and it hit.
Ouch! So I see you can do at least some of what I programmed. I'm going to tend to this burn, but I'll be back, Zozo. You're my invention. Never forget it.
From day 23 to day 26, I was taking a leisurely stroll through the Black Forest near my base when I spotted a book lying on the ground. What's this? Oh, it's an enchantment! Projectile Protection 3! This will protect me from projectile attacks! That's awesome! I'd better take it with me. On my way back to my base with the enchantment, I reminisced about my journey so far. And if you want to see more amazing Zozo videos, make sure to search Zozo and don't forget to subscribe. Anyway, back to my quest to defeat Dr. Evilson! From day 27 to day 31, I returned home to my base to find Willy waiting for me. Hey, what's up?
I added another part to the statue. Would you like to take a look?
Sure. I followed him to the statue and admired the progress he'd made. It's looking good.
Thank you, but it's missing something. I think it could use a dash of daysight.
Oh, now that you say it, I think you're right. I can go get you some. Where is it?
If my memory is correct, you can find it in the Dover Mountains.
With that, I traveled to the Dover Mountains in search of the daysight. There it is. That was easy.
Stop right there. I'm under strict orders to deactivate you and take you apart.
Another armored pillager? It's like there's an infinite supply of you guys.
We are Legion. Now stand down.
I don't have time for this. I fired my laser at the armored pillager and burnt him to a crisp. Now, where was I? From day 32 to day 35, I was gathering the daysight when a conjured slime came oozing toward me. Hey, you're not going to attack me, are you?
Hey, what? No way, pal. I'm Stanley Conjured Slime, and you look like the kind of guy who can get someone out of trouble. My friend's been snatched by a skeleton vanguard. We gotta get her back. And make sure the sleaze that took her sleeps with the fishes. You get me?
I think so. Where did the fish come in?
Forget about it! You gotta help me or not!
Sure, I'll help. Just tell me where to go, and I'll help save your friend.
Sweet. You're a good guy, you know that? What's your name, pal?
Zozo.
Nice to meet ya. Tell you what, Zozo, you saved my buddy, and I'll owe ya a big favor.
From day 36 to day 39, I followed Stanley the Conjured Slime's directions to a cave near the mountains. It's pretty dark and wet in there, and I can't see too well. How do I know if his kidnapped friend is really in there? That's when I heard a distant voice saying,
Kidnapping sure is fun. I wonder when your little friend will pay the ransom. Not that I'll let you go after he does.
Oh, that's how. That sure does sound like an evil skeleton vanguard. I'd better be sneaky so he doesn't spot me before I can get to him. I tiptoed into the cave, hiding behind some rocks where I could get a better look without being caught. I could see a redstone cube locked in a cage toward the back of the cave. I bet that's Stanley's friend. I watched them from a distance, staying out of sight.
Stanley can't afford your ransom, you maniac. He's not one of those slimes that's just rolling in dough. He came from humble beginnings and stayed there. Just let me go and find some other way to make your cash.
Nah, I don't feel like it.
All I could do was hang back and contemplate my next move. He's got a key. If I can get the angle just right, I can shoot my laser at his hand and knock the key onto the ground. Then I can grab it and unlock the cage. From day 40 to day 43, I snuck out from behind the rock and fired my laser at the skeleton vanguard's hand.
Ouch! What was that?
He dropped the key, but he also spotted me.
I don't recall inviting some RoboShark freak to my crib. Get lost.
No can do. Her friend sent me to rescue her. Let the cube go.
Don't wanna, and I don't do anything I don't wanna do.
Well, that's about to change, because I'm pretty sure you don't want to lose a fight, and you're going to anyway.
Tough talk from a metal fish.
I fired another laser at the Vanguard skeleton, then I rushed in with my sword and finished the fight before he could get a single hit in.
let's get you out of here. I used the key to unlock the cage, freeing the redstone cube.
Gee, thanks!
I took the redstone cube back to where I left Stanley the conjured slime.
You're a gem, Stan. Thanks for sending this guy to save me.
Stan took me aside afterward and made good on his deal.
I owe you one, Zozo. Don't forget a favor.
Well, if you ever have anything that could help me defeat Dr. Evilson, then I'd love to collect on that favor.
You got it, kiddo.
From day 44 to day 49, I said goodbye to Stanley Conjured Slime and his friend the Redstone Cube and traveled back home to my base. Willy, I'm back!
Wonderful! I've awaited your return with bated breath. Did you manage to find the day site?
Sure did. Is this enough?
It's plenty. I'll get to work on the statue right away. Oh, I can't wait for you to see it when it's finished.
Awesome! While he's doing that, I think I'll make some changes to the base. It could use a bit of sprucing up. I decided to construct a wall around the perimeter of the base, making sure it was nice and tall. This will keep us safe in case Dr. Evilson decides to come back and finish what he started last time. It took a lot of hard work, but I managed to construct a sturdy perimeter wall. I wonder how Willy's doing with the statue. I'll go check it out. When I found Willy, he was just finishing adding the day site to the statue. That looks really cool. Is it okay that I still can't tell what it is yet? Is it abstract art?
Yes and no. Yes, it's okay, but no, it's not abstract art. I go for a more realistic style. You'll have to wait and see.
From day 50 to day 53, I was napping on a sofa, but got interrupted by the sound of chaos outside of the base. I rushed to the front entrance to see a whole group of armored pillagers swarming the place. Behind them, Dr. Evilson was barking orders. Hey, I thought you guys hated Dr. Evilson.
Yeah, but we love money, and it turns out Evil Scientist is a gig that pays really well.
You'd really compromise your whole belief system for some money?
Yeah, duh.
Willy the Windcaller rushed outside to see what all the commotion was.
Oh no! Zozo! We're being invaded!
Oh really? I never noticed!
Let me summon some wind to blow these jerks away!
Willy was getting ready to call some wind when all of a sudden one of the armored pillagers snatched him and ran off into the woods. Willy, no! As Dr. Evilson disappeared, the rest of the armored pillagers closed in around me. But I was ready for them. I fought back with my sword and my laser until there were no more armored pillagers left. The victory gave me a huge strength and energy boost. My hearts increased to 50. I grew into a larger robot land shark and gained the ability to warp a short distance. Awesome! What am I gonna do about Willy? Who knows what awful scientific stuff Dr. Evilson might do? From day 54 to day 57, I spent most of my time repairing all of the damage to the base. I had to patch up the perimeter wall. Those armored pillagers really made a mess, but it all looks like new again. Now, I need to figure out how to save Willy. Wait a second, I remember a certain conjured slime who said he owes me a favor. I traveled back to the Dover Mountains and wandered around until I spotted Stanley Conjured Slime. Hi, Stanley. Can I collect on that favor now?
Hey, Zozo! Sure thing, buddy boy. What kind of favor you need? Got someone who's asking for a pair of cement shoes? I make shoes in my spare time.
That's neat, but no. I need to rescue my friend from Dr. Evilson, and I wanted to get your advice on what I should do next.
Really? That's your favor? Whatever floats your boat, I guess. Word on the street is, Dr. Evilson's got all kinds of high-tech weapons at his place. Guess you know that already. That diamond gear holds up pretty well against it. Pretty good stuff. Get yourself some of that, then mosey on down to the eroded Badlands. That's where the evil lab is.
Thanks, Stanley. From day 58 to day 62, I listened to Stanley Conjured Slime's advice and traveled back down into my favorite mining cavern. Sure, it was the only mining cavern I'd been able to find so far, but that doesn't matter. Okay, let's gather some diamonds. Shouldn't be too hard. They're only really rare and valuable. I used my special robot vision to scan for diamonds, but I spotted something way stinkier and undead instead. A zombified fungus thrower was lurking in the dark. When it spotted me, it threw some fungus at me. Yuck! The stench was so bad, it poisoned me. I dodged by warping out of the way and shot a laser beam at the zombified fungus thrower, vaporizing it. Awesome! Hey, look what it was guarding. Diamonds and a bunch of iron. I dug up enough diamonds to craft a diamond pickaxe and a diamond sword. And with the iron, I was able to make a full set of armor. With this new gear, I'm definitely feeling stronger and tougher than ever. From day 63 to day 66, I was feeling really upset about Willy being kidnapped. I wish robot land sharks could cry. I really want to right about now, but I guess the water would rust my metal exterior, so I'll just have to find another way to express my emotions. I took a look at the statue that Willy had been building for me. I'm going to get you back, Willy. You're going to finish the statue. We'll finish it together. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any amazing Zozo videos. From day 67 to day 70, I set off toward the eroded Badlands on a mission to rescue Willy. I've got to find Dr. Evelson's secret laboratory, and fast. Oh, hey, there it is. I guess it's not that secret. Good news for me, though. I approached the entrance to the lab and spotted a huge armored pillager stationed out front. Looks like he's guarding the place. I don't think I can sneak past him, especially with how big I've gotten, so I'll have to fight my way inside.
Hey, you. The robot talking to himself. You're not supposed to be here.
Uh-oh, he spotted me. I fired a laser at the armored pillager, but he dodged. It was okay though, I had another plan. I walked over to him, drawing my new diamond sword, and attacked. With just a few swipes of my sword, I won the battle. Hold on, Willy, I'm coming. From day 71 to day 74, I entered Dr. Evelson's laboratory base. I just need to find the dungeon, or the jail, or wherever he keeps his kidnapped test subjects. How about I take you there myself? As a prisoner of the Great Doctor. How'd you sneak up on me like that?
I tiptoed. Now stop asking questions. You can come with me willingly, or I can take you there in pieces.
Third option, I kick your geomancing butt.
How dare you? I don't geomance with my butt.
While he was getting mad at me about the specifics of geomancing, I warped behind him and attacked with my sword.
Hey, that's not fair.
You guys tried to destroy my home and kidnapped my friend. I think I'm allowed to do a sneak attack. He tried to attack me, but I dodged and slashed him with my sword again. That successful hit was enough to take him down, and I won the fight! Okay, which way should I go now? Before I left the room, I spotted a chest sitting in the corner. I opened it and found a full set of diamond armor inside. Lucky me! Can I wear armor over a metal body? Let's see. I can! Sweet! Okay, let's go! From day 75 to day 78, I followed the path through the secret laboratory until I found a room labeled Test Subjects Kidnapped. This must be it. I kicked in the door and ran inside. There, I saw Willy the Windcaller sitting in a prison cell.
Zozo, the winds of fate brought you to rescue me.
No, my fins brought me here to rescue you. But the end result is pretty much the same, I guess. Where's the key? I need to get you out of that cell.
Dr. Evelson took you with him. Is there any way you could break me out of here without it?
I can try. I was about to shoot a laser at the bars of the cell when Dr. Evelson came stomping into the room.
Ah, Zozo! I see you've decided to join us. Are you here to stay, or are you still allowing foolish bugs in your system, like friendship and heroism, to interfere with your purpose?
The second one, except they're not bugs. They're convictions and beliefs.
Tomato, tomato.
Give me the key, Evelson.
Heh, you'll have to take it from me.
Okay. I warped behind Dr. Evelson and snatched the key away from him before he could stop me. Then, I fired a laser at him to distract him while I unlocked the cell, freeing Willy. Quick, let's get out of here.
Let's blow this popsicle stand.
What? Huh?
Run!
Together, Willy and I ran out of there as fast as we could.
This isn't over, Zozo!
From day 79 to day 84, while Willy and I were traveling back home to the safety of our base, Dr. Evelson was hard at work in his secret laboratory, the smaller, even more secret lab inside of his main secret lab.
I hoped to develop this more before testing it on myself. Maybe try it on some unwilling test subjects first, but I'm running out of time. I must bring Zozo into my custody in order to harness his power. So, I'll have to try it now and hope for the best. This specially engineered golden apple should render me incredibly strong and dangerous in combat. Let's see.
He devoured the enchanted steel apple and began to transform. He grew taller, wider, stronger.
This is exactly as I designed, Zozo. Soon you will embrace your true purpose, whether you like it or not.
From day 85 to day 89, Willie and I made it back to our base.
My statue! Is it all right? Or did those horrible armored pillagers damage it?
No, it's okay. Nothing happened to the statue.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. I almost forgot. I hid this away for you when Dr. Evelson's minions came. Let me get it for you now. Here. It's a fire aspect enchantment. You can enchant your sword and use it to set enemies ablaze.
Incredible! Thank you so much!
Anytime. You go ahead and try that out. I'll go finish up that statue. I've been looking forward to it ever since I was kidnapped.
I enchanted my diamond sword with the fire aspect enchantment and the chestplate with the projectile protection I had from before, then went to see how Willie's statue turned out. Wow, I can finally tell what it is. It's a fish!
It is. I know you're a land shark, but also a robot. But I thought you might want to have a little bit of the ocean here with us anyway.
I do! I love it! But even this amazing fish can't distract me from the dangerous battle up ahead. What can I do to make sure I defeat Dr. Evilson?
Well, I've heard there's a potion of power hidden in the Dover Mountains in a cave. I suggest you go and find it before you face Dr. Evilson again.
From day 90 to day 94, I traveled to the Dover Mountains to look for the potion of power. Hey, here's a cave. I wonder if it's the right one.
Hey, you can't be in here. This is where the potion of power is hidden.
That answers my question. Stand down, armored pillager. I need that potion. I rushed at the armored pillager, slashing at him with my freshly enchanted diamond sword and burning him to a crisp. Then I opened the chest and grabbed the potion. This is great! I'll take it with me and save it for just the right moment. When I need it the most, I'll drink it. I just hope potions work on robots. From day 95 to day 97, I returned to my base for the final preparations before my battle. I've got the enchanted sword, the potion of power. Now what?
Hey, does Zozo live around here? I've got something for him.
Stanley conjured slime. What are you doing here?
I know you collected on that favor already, but I found something that'll help you out. And I'm a generous kind of slime fella. Say hello to my little friend. And by friend, I mean this full set of netherite armor.
This is amazing! Thank you! Hey, do you need a place to stay? You're welcome to move in here.
I could use a nice new place to live. Sounds great to me. Bada bing, bada boom.
On day 98, I spent some time at my base, getting ready for my final battle. I felt like I needed to take a breath of fresh air, so I climbed to the top of my lighthouse tower. Only 2 more days until Dr. Evilson tries to take me apart and reprogram me. I can't let that happen. I just can't. I won't become something evil, no matter what. I know that I was meant to be a hero because I'm deciding to be one. And if you want to see more of my journeys as a hero, you can find more videos by searching Zozo. And make sure to leave a comment about who you want to see next. That might be my next adventure. On day 99, I traveled to the eroded Badlands to finally confront the evil scientist who tried to make me a monster. I'm more than what he wanted me to be. I'll show him, and I'll save everyone. As I approached the entrance to his evil laboratory, I felt my legs lock up. Uh-oh, is that some kind of mechanical failure? No, my system is fine. Oh, I think I'm just scared. I need a little extra confidence boost. Right, I've got that potion of power. I grabbed the potion of power and drank it in one big gulp. I feel better already. I feel powerful. I could feel the potion's magic coursing through my circuits, making me bigger and stronger than ever before. My heart's increased to 100. I feel amazing, so amazing, I could just scream. So I will. I let out a warden shriek. Whoa, that's a new one. Okay, let's get going. I've got an ultimate battle for good to win. I entered and heard some sounds coming from the distance. I approached the door and kicked it open. Inside, I found Evilson giving a lecture on science.
Zero. I knew you'd come here.
That's not my name. My name is Zozo. I fired a laser at him, then warped behind him for a sneak attack with my sword.
Impressive. You really are the ultimate fighting machine. I designed you well.
You don't get to take credit for me. I am what I am because of who I am, because of what matters to me, and the people who care about me. I have nothing to do with you anymore. You may have created me, but I define who I am. He rushed at me, and I dodged his attack by warping to the other side of the room.
That's absurd. I'll have to reprogram you and remove whatever bugs are making you spout such nonsense.
You won't get the chance. I unleashed my warden shriek, knocking him backwards. When he was down, I attacked again and finished the battle. No more evil science for you. I'll never be your experiment again. On day 100, I traveled back to my base where my friends were waiting for me. They all waited for me in front of our base. Ah, you guys!
If you're back in one piece, that must mean you won! Yay! Congratulations! Unless you weren't reprogrammed to be evil, were you? You have to tell me if you're evil, otherwise it's entrapment.
Nope, I'm still me. I defeated Dr. Evilson, so the only one in charge of my programming is me. Stan slithered over to chat with me too.
Hey, forget about it! By which I mean, no one's ever gonna forget what a great thing you did today, Zozo! Put her there! By which I mean, give me a hug, big guy!
I know Dr. Evilson won't bother any of us anymore, but would both of you maybe still want to live here with me?
You know it, buddy!
Well, let's celebrate my newfound freedom with a great big party!
Why the heck not? I'll bake a cake and robot land sharks eat cake!
I'm not sure, but I'm definitely gonna try. On day 1, I spawned in as a land shark, the most awesome carnivore ever. I'm a real fish out of water. I've got 9 hearts from the start because sharks are naturally born tough. And even though I'm tiny, I still have a bite. Looking around, I saw that my starting area was a desert, or should I say, a sea of sand. But there aren't any other sea creatures anywhere. I wanted to go find some fish to eat, so I started swimming through the land in search of a nice meal. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. I eventually ran into another animal, but it was a tarantula. I heard that they were poisonous, so I didn't want to eat it, but it definitely wanted to eat me. That's no way to treat the top of a food chain. Wait, am I even at the top of a food chain? I swam away from the tarantula and soon discovered that I had the ability to dive inside of sand blocks to hide. I stayed under the desert's surface until the tarantula got bored of looking for me and moved on. Then I popped back up out of the sand. I didn't expect other things would try to eat me today. While I was thinking, a coyote tried to snack on me too. It took off a few hearts, but this time I fought back. As I expected, my bite packed a real wallop. I celebrated my win by chowing down on some coyote meat. It wasn't that tasty, but at least it kept my hunger meter full. I'd look for something better to eat tomorrow. Until then, I'd take shelter inside of a sand dune. On day 2, I resurfaced and went on to explore the desert in search of materials. At a nearby oasis, there was a grove of palm trees. I bit a few of them down and collected the wood they dropped. Ugh, that tasted gross! This is why I need tools in the first place. I got sick of biting trees pretty quickly, so I crafted a wooden axe to cut down enough of the remaining trees that I can make a complete set of wooden tools. While I was chopping, an octopus fell down from one of the trees. That was definitely the last place I expected an octopus to be. But then again, I was a land shark.
What's the big idea? Can't a guy hide in a tree peacefully without getting knocked down?
Sorry, buddy. I had no idea you were up there. What is an octopus doing in a tree anyway?
It's not safe to wander out in the open out here. There are huge spiders everywhere, and they're looking for me.
I thought spiders and octopuses got along. You have so much in common, like having 8 limbs and... that's about it.
We most certainly don't get along. And I suggest you find a place to hide too. The spiders out here are looking for sharks too. Sharks like you.
So they were hunting me. But why?
I've said enough. I need to find a new place to hide. Good luck.
The octopus ran away, but not before dropping some healing potions. He must have been prepared for the worst. I felt a little bad about taking them, but if he hid well enough, he wouldn't be needing them. On day 3, I decided to make the desert oasis into my base. I may have been able to swim on land, but having a source of drinking water around was never a bad idea. So I started chopping away at the rest of the palm trees to clear out an area where I could create my own personal retreat. Suddenly, a wild emu came bounding across the desert towards me. It was surprisingly fast and aggressive, but I was hungry, so that didn't stop me from taking a bite. The bird's attacks did a bunch of damage, so I was grateful for my higher starting health. Emus are trouble. If only I had heavy artillery. A couple bites later, and the emu was defeated. It also dropped a delicious golden drumstick. That looks yummy. I gobbled up the drumstick and felt myself begin to change. I became a bigger shark, and my bite damage increased to be as strong as an iron sword. My already great number of hearts also increased to 17. I tried my ability to dive into land on the grass blocks and found that I could now dive into those too. I bet this works on all kinds of blocks now. Now I can explore the terrain safely. I spent the rest of the day constructing my resort. It was made out of the palms I chopped down earlier. I also added a room for myself. To protect myself from mobs, I decided to also include a fence that surrounded the entire resort. On days 4 to 5, I went out to catch some rabbits to keep at the base for a steady food supply. I was a carnivore after all. I spotted some hanging around by some cacti, but a tarantula scared them away. Didn't the octopus say that those tarantulas were looking for me? I decided to get to the bottom of this and confront the spider directly. I hid and waited until he got close, and then I popped out of the ground to ambush him. I gave him one bite to show him I meant business, and then I gave him a piece of my mind. Hey, what do you want with us sea creatures anyway? The tarantula was startled by my ambush, but chuckled like he was remembering a secret.
You'll find out soon enough, taste a shark. Sous Chef has promised us tarantulas a bowl of her famous soup if we bring a land shark to her.
Sous Chef? Who is that?
You mean you don't know? She's only the fanciest and most renowned chef in the entire world. Her seafood cuisine is legendary, and very soon you are going to become a part of it.
But I'm not a seafood. I'm a land shark.
Then let's see if your flavor is the same.
The tarantula struck back with a bite attack that left me poisoned. I was taking gradual damage to my hearts from the after effects. That's one lousy status condition. I need to finish this quickly. My enhanced bite did the trick. A couple of those were too much for the tarantula, and he was no more. That's what you get for poisoning me. Even after the fight was over, I was still affected by the lingering poison damage, but thankfully, I had enough hearts remaining to wait for it to wear off. The total was way more damage than I was expecting. I even had to use a couple of healing potions I got from the octopus. I was lucky I took that tarantula by surprise. If he had ambushed me instead, that could have been it. I returned to the base to wait for my heart meter to regenerate. On days 6 to 8, I searched a nearby forest for some materials to craft an antidote to tarantula poison. I had a feeling that yesterday wouldn't be my last tango with those spiders, and I wanted to be prepared for next time. I found a patch of some plants with healing properties, which I could use to replenish my potions, but they wouldn't be able to neutralize the poison itself. I don't like it, but I think I need to capture a tarantula and study the poison. After that, I started flopping my way back over to the desert I'd made my home. I made my way across the dunes until I saw a tarantula, then I dove under the sand to hide. It didn't seem to notice me, so I waited for an opportunity to strike. But just then, another mob swooped out of the sky and attacked the tarantula. Whoa, what is that thing? It was a tarantula hawk, the tarantula's natural predator. It looked really tough, but it was distracted because it was fighting the tarantula. I emerged from the sand and took the tarantula hawk by surprise. The fight was won before it even began. Sharks are problem solvers. The tarantula hawk dropped something that would solve my poison problem, a rare poison resistance potion. I ate the whole thing in one bite. Hooray! With this, I won't take any extra damage from the tarantula venom. On days 9 to 10, I explored some nearby hills, which I could mine for stone and other sturdy blocks that couldn't be found in the desert. I had fun trying out my dive ability on a bunch of different surfaces. While I was diving, I fell into an area where a lot of carrot plants were growing. I'm going to take these and replant them at my base. Those rabbits will have to eat something before I eat them. As I was pulling up carrots, I felt like someone was behind me and turned around. It was a girl. She was dressed as a chef and carrying a really big knife. I hoped it wasn't who I thought it was.
I, sous chef, have found myself another shark, and I thought the only ingredients out here were carrots.
Oh no, it's exactly who I thought it was. See ya.
Wait, come back. Hey, sharky.
Even though I was bigger, I was still just a fish. And a fish doesn't pick a fight with a chef. It never ends well. I swam as fast as I could until I lost her, and then I dove into the stone. For some reason, it was trickier this time. That's when I realized there was another shark trying to hide. Unlike me, this guy was a hammerhead shark. I bet building stuff is really easy for him.
Boy, am I glad to meet you. I thought I was the only shark left.
So did I. If you don't mind me asking, do you know where all the other sharks went?
That sous chef you just saw has been rounding up our kind and turning us into soup for her restaurant.
Soup? Oh no, I hate soup. And I'd hate being in it even more. She must be stopped. On days 11 to 12, my new hammerhead friend and I went back to my base. I made him his own room to make him feel right at home at my aquatic animals resort. Because stairs are really difficult to climb for finned boys like us, I decided to build in some pillars that we could use to swim up and down between levels. I was out getting more material when I was attacked by a giant snake. Let's hope my poison resistance works against snake venom too. The second it sunk its fangs into me, I was badly poisoned. My hearts were reducing quickly, so I ran back to base and started working on a new way to counter the venom. I knew that honey could help with curing poison, so I went and found a hive of desert bees, which I carefully transported to a safe location near my base. Now I have all the honey I need to avoid getting sick. I went back to fight the giant snake, and thanks to the honey and my healing potions, I was able to outlast it in a battle of bites. The snake dropped a rattle when it was defeated, and I had a feeling this was the key to building my poison resistance. I combined the rattle with some of the flowers and honey I had collected earlier and crafted an extra strength poison resistance potion. I drank it immediately. I'll bet I can become immune to all poisons if I keep making potions like these. On days 13 to 15, I was fast asleep in my shark bed when I remembered something from long ago, before I was even a baby land shark. It must have been a memory from a distant land shark ancestor. Back then, all of us land sharks swam through the desert together in a big group, or a shiver of sharks. There was always plenty to eat, and we always shared with each other. But one day, an army of tarantulas showed up and started capturing the sharks in their sticky spider webs. They dragged my ancestors to a huge cooking pot where sous chef was waiting.
Très bien. With this latest haul, I'll have shark fin soup to serve in my restaurant for years to come.
She was talking to an even bigger spider next to her, who appeared to be calling the shots for the tarantulas.
Boss, when do we get some of the soup?
You'll wait your turn. The other humans will get to sample my cooking first. Then maybe your spiders can have a chance.
Okay. Whatever you say, boss.
Now, let's get cooking.
I woke up from that terrible nightmare before I saw all the land sharks go into the cooking pot. That would have been far too scary for me, no matter how tough of a shark I was. How horrible! Now I know why there are so few of us land sharks left in the world. If sous chef had an army of spiders at her command, maybe it would be better for Hammerhead and I to keep ourselves hidden instead of going after her. On days 16 to 19, I was searching around the base for Hammerhead and couldn't find him. Hey Hammerhead, where are you? Are we playing hide and seek? There was a note left on my crafting table, so I read it.
Dear Zozo, I'm going hunting for some more food. If I don't come back before tomorrow, it probably means that I'm in trouble. Please come looking for me. You're the only friend I have in this world.
So that's where he is. He's in trouble. It had been at least a day since the last time I saw him, so going to look for him would be a good idea. I decided to go find my way to this trouble place he mentioned. Sure enough, it turned out to be a town for bandits and outlaws to the west of the desert. This place sure does look like trouble, but if my friend's here, I can't leave until I found him.
Hey, Zozo!
Hammerhead! You were easier to find than I thought.
I said I was in trouble, and here I am. Let's go drink some milk at one of these saloons. I'm paying.
We walked inside one of the saloons and saw that there was a fight breaking out between some bandits. It seemed like a group of them were ganging up on one guy. Hey, that's not fair! Leave him alone!
Sharks!
The bandits screamed and ran away. I guess the sight of a big shark and his hammerhead friend was all it took to scare them off.
Thanks for the help, fellow sharks.
Huh? You're not a shark, you're a human.
That's where you're wrong. I'm a cod shark, the slickest cod player in the West. Here, have this crown as thanks for saving me.
As soon as I put on that crown, I grew up again and had 22 hearts. I also gained a pretty sweet dash attack. Thanks, Card Shark.
Did you both come to trouble to hide from sous chef? I do know a rumor that you might want to hear.
Are we sure we should trust this guy?
Let's hear him out before we judge him.
There's a legendary poisonous spice called the chef bane, which is said to ruin a cooking pot forever. If you sprinkled some of that stuff in her soup, she'd be forced to give up cooking. Then all the sharks would be safe.
Wow, and you're really telling the truth?
Trust me, kid, I know a thing or two.
Even though it had seemed hopeless before, I now believed that there was a way to stop sous chef for good. All I had to do was find that chef bane. On days 20 to 22, Hammerhead and I returned to our base and found it under attack by those same bandits we scared away in trouble. This time though, there was a whole lot more of them, and they were throwing dynamite.
This will teach you nasty sharks not to mess with us bandits.
Oh yeah? Well, we're gonna teach you nasty bandits not to mess with us sharks. Right, Hammer?
Right.
Hammerhead and I worked together and took on the bandits as a team. We fought hard against the crooks, but our teamwork was too much for them, and we took them out. I was feeling so inspired by our teamwork that I had an idea. I should add a statue to the base. Things were coming along nicely, and I made some good progress on the first part. You can sort of see what it might be. I'd need to add some blue materials to get the statue's color palette just right, so I started mining to see if I could find any lapis. It would be a long way down, but I had to start somewhere. Once I gathered some stone, I decided it was time to upgrade my pickaxe. So I returned back to the base, where I crafted a stone pickaxe, which would help me mine much more efficiently. And if you want to be more efficient in finding my videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you can find my channel easier. On days 23 to 26, Hammerhead and I teamed up again when our base was attacked by some super tough rock mobs. Uh-oh, those look like straddlers. We were able to defeat them, but their skin was so tough that a bunch of our teeth fell out.
Yo, my teeth fell out.
Don't panic, friend. They'll grow back. As for the ones that fell out, I decided to craft a bow and make the lost teeth into shark tooth arrows. Time to go spider hunting. I hid in the desert with my dive ability and waited for some tarantulas to pass by. And when they least expected it, I jumped out and sniped all of them before they could even react. Now I can gather all the venom they dropped and make myself even more resistant to poison. I went back to the base and did just that. I had just enough time to drink another poison resistance potion before I heard someone outside asking if anyone was home. I answered it and saw that there was a frilled shark at the door.
Pardon me, is this arrow yours? I found it while I was hiding in the desert.
Yes, it is. Thanks for returning it.
Also, would you mind if I stayed here? I've got no home and there's a chef looking for me.
Of course you can. That same chef is looking for my friend and I too. We'll be safer if we stick together. I then added another floor to the base to make sure that frilled shark felt right at home. Then I added some guard towers next to the fence to make spotting incoming enemies easier. On days 27 to 31, I went back to the town of Trouble so I could get some more information out of the card shark. He was willing to do it, but only for a price.
I'll sell you this enchanted cookbook for some of your teeth. It'll tell you where you might find all sorts of ingredients, including the chef bane.
Just my teeth? You've got a deal, mister. I gave him a full set of shark teeth. In exchange, he gave me the cookbook. I opened it up and saw that one of the first locations listed inside was the Great Pyramid of Pizza. It appeared to be some kind of restaurant for rich mummies. I had a good feeling about what I could find there, so I swam off to the part of the sand sea where it could be found. When I arrived, I saw that the entrance to the Great Pyramid was guarded by a crypt keeper. He was standing next to a sign that said, "No sharks allowed." Yeah, that's not gonna stop me. I fired some arrows from a distance to draw him away from the door. Then I dove beneath the sand so he wouldn't know where I was. When the crypt keeper was looking around confused, I sprung up from the sand and gave him a big bite. He hit me before running back towards the door, but with my dash attack, I was able to bite him again and get inside the pyramid before he could stop me. He tried to follow me in, but I dove into the pyramid blocks and disappeared. He eventually gave up and returned to guarding the entrance. On days 32 to 35, I entered the grand dining hall where the mummies were being served their pizza. I used my diving ability to sneakily make my way around the room. I was hiding under a table when I saw a flying fish on a platter. It looked like he was being served so raw that he was still alive. I decided to ask him if he knew anything. Excuse me, do you know anything about a spice called chef bane?
Yep, I've heard of it. Sure wish I had some of it right now, so I wouldn't get eaten.
Do you know where I can find some?
Quiet down. The celebrity chef is about to make her appearance.
Celebrity chef? Oh no! Sue Chef entered the dining hall and rang a bell to call everyone to attention. She had tarantula bodyguards with her.
Attention, diners. I am Sue Chef, and I will be your celebrity chef this evening. Our special is...
She looked down and saw me under the table.
Shark soup! Get that rotten shark!
Yikes! Sue Chef and her tarantulas ran towards me, so I used a dash attack to catch her off guard. She struck back with her cooking knife and sliced away most of my hearts. I would be sashimi if I took another hit like that, so I decided to improvise. Actually, tonight's special is tarantula salad. The mummies hungrily turned towards the tarantula bodyguards and started to attack them.
No, it didn't! Stop this!
I made a break for the exit. I hate to dine and dash, but this time I had to. While I was on my way out, the flying fish flew after me.
Wait, take me with you. I'm a carnivore too.
That's good enough for me. Welcome to the team, Mr. Flying Fish. On days 36 to 39, I convinced the others to let the flying fish stay inside of our base with us. What do you say, fellow sharks?
I thought this base was only for sharks who are hiding from the chef.
He's a fish, and we're sharks. Won't he be afraid of us?
It's fine. He can eat the rabbits we've been farming, and we have plenty for all of us. Once that was settled, I went to my room and consulted the enchanted cookbook that I got from the card shark in order to search for a new location to travel to in my search for Chef's Bane. Let's see here. The Great Pyramid of Pizza was a dead end. Oh, maybe I'll have better luck in the Marshmallow Swamp. Me and Hammerhead then proceeded to do some more work on the statue. The design was really starting to come together, thanks to the lapis lazuli I had been mining. On days 40 to 43, I was on my way to the Marshmallow Swamp when I thought I saw another land shark nearby. Hello there, my name is Zozo. Do you need a place to hide? The mob that I thought was a shark turned around and I realized that he was actually a dolphin, a land dolphin.
I'm good, thanks. I was just in the area looking for a heart of the sea. It's a kind of treasure usually found in the ocean, but for some reason, they can also be found on land in this place. It's pretty odd,
said the land dolphin to the land shark.
Point is that I did find a treasure chest with a heart of the sea inside, but there was a terrifying mantis shrimp guarding it, so I chickened out. They're all yours if you're brave enough.
Thanks for the info, Dolphin. Best of luck in your travels. I went to the place where the dolphin said he found the chest, and sure enough, the mantis shrimp was right there. Mantis shrimps were known for their lightning-fast attacks, so I knew that I had to rely on my toughness. I launched a few arrows before dashing into battle and biting away. The mantis shrimp knocked me back with a powerful strike, which did 5 hearts worth of damage, but that left him wide open. I drank a health potion and attacked him while he was recharging his attack. I did this a few more times before the mob finally fell. Alright, the heart of the sea is all mine. The door to the treasure chest opened up and I rushed in. When I opened the treasure chest, there were some prismarine blocks inside, along with the heart of the sea. Once I collected them all, I used them to craft a new shield with some of my spare shark teeth. This shield of the deep could provide me with some defense, while also draining health from enemy mobs. On days 44 to 49, I made it to the Marshmallow Swamp. It definitely lived up to its name, as there were white marshmallow blocks floating all throughout it. I took a drink from the black water, and I realized that it was coffee. It gave me a temporary energy boost and increased the distance of my dash attack. There were a bunch of pink oozes jumping around the swamp, so I used them to test out both my enhanced dash and my shield of the deep. Once I was done cleaning up the slime squad, I heard a cry for help from the swamp. It was a platypus.
Help! I wanted a drink of coffee, but I started sinking.
Don't worry, I'll help you. I dove straight into the coffee and rescued the platypus before swimming both of us to shore. It was unusual for a land shark to be swimming in liquid, but I was very grateful that it all worked out.
I, Platric Platypus, owe you my life, Sir Shark.
Please, call me Zozo. I'm on a quest searching for a legendary spice called the Chef's Bane.
Chef's Bane, You've come to the right place. You may not know this, but we platypi are experts in all things poison.
You are?
Absolutely. We're venomous creatures too. Chef's Bane is the ultimate in poisonous ingredients, but you won't find any in this swamp. We'll need to go somewhere a lot more tropical. Follow me.
With that, Platric began to lead me out of the Marshmallow Swamp. I felt like I could trust him, so I decided to follow him. On days 50 to 53, Platric and I arrived in a tropical region south of the Marshmallow Swamp. I checked the inside of the cookbook and saw that this area was called the Banana Pepper Beach and was known for growing the spiciest peppers ever known.
Look alive, Sir Shark. We're on the lookout for a very special purple pepper, which is a key ingredient for Chef's Bane.
Purple pepper, Platric. I'll positively peek around every part of this place until I've pointed it out.
Say it, don't spray it.
We split up and searched for hints of the purple pepper. I ended up at the seashore. Wow, I just realized that I'm a shark who has never seen the ocean. I didn't have time to think about that because I noticed the crypt keeper from the Great Pyramid of Pizza running towards me. I guess I interrupted his vacation. We fought, but this time I had my shield. After a few hits, he realized his health was being drained and he ran away. He won't bother me again. A little later, Platric and I reunited. It seems like neither of us had any luck finding the purple pepper.
We'll keep trying, Sir Shark. In the meantime, have a potion of poison resistance. You'll want to be practically immune when we find it.
I gulped down the potion and felt its effect make me even stronger against poison. On days 54 to 57, I returned to base to make some improvements. After swimming in the coffee swamp, I was eager to turn the oasis pool into a more tropical habitat. So I planted some banana trees to spice up the place. With the trees in place, I decided that the pool needed a diving board, so I added that along with some decorations to make it feel far more relaxing. Now I'll be a land shark and a water shark, master of both worlds.
Hammerhead, Grilled, and Flying Fish all enjoyed using the diving board too. It seems like the base was becoming more than just a hideout. It was our home, and we were family. Eventually, Frill came over and approached me.
Oh, hi Zozo.
Hey there, Frilled.
I noticed that you built the Shield of the Deep. It looks like it protects you really well, and I was hoping you could make me one too.
I would, but I need to go find another Heart of the Sea. Maybe the cookbook knows where I can find one. I returned to my room to look at the cookbook, but it wouldn't reveal the locations of the Hearts of the Sea. But it would let me know where more mantis shrimp were. It was just a hunch, but I decided to give it a shot. I made my way over to a nearby cave where I figured another mantis shrimp might be hiding. I managed to find another chest like the last one, but this time it wasn't even guarded. Lucky me! I looked inside, and there was another Heart of the Sea. Soon after, I crafted another Shield of the Deep and gave it to Frill.
Thank you, Zozo. Here, I have some serrated teeth I can spare. If you equip them, your bite attack will be able to drain health, just like the shield.
It's an incredible upgrade. Thanks, Frilled. You rule. I put those chompers in, and I could already feel more awesome. Or should I say, jawsome. On days 58 to 62, I was making some really great improvements to the statue. It's really starting to come together. Can you tell what it is yet? Just then, I noticed that the base was swarmed by tarantulas. The tarantula leader that I saw in the flashback was there as well, so it looked like this was a planned invasion. But how did they know where we were? I thought to myself and remembered the cookbook. Card Shark, he must have sold us out. Hammerhead was right not to trust him. I ran towards the base to help the others defend it. Frilled and I both had Shields of the Deep and draining bites, so we could restore our health even as we faced getting swarmed by tarantulas.
Oh no, this poison is taking a real toll on me.
Right, I forgot. I'm the only one immune to poison. Go get some honey and cure your poison, Frilled. I'll go help Hammerhead. Hammerhead was the one I was the most worried about. He wasn't immune to poison either, and on top of that, he didn't even have a shield. By the time I got to where he was, Hammerhead was being dragged away. Hammerhead! He called out to me while the spiders took him away.
Make sure Card Shark pays for this.
Don't worry, buddy. I will. And then we'll come save you. I was so afraid. There was nothing I could do. My best friend had just been kidnapped. On days 63 to 66, I returned to the Village of Trouble in order to get back at Card Shark for selling the rest of us out. I barged into the saloon where he usually hung out and saw him in the middle of a card game. He wouldn't be for long. Hey, Card Shark, I need to talk to you.
Yeah, well, if it isn't my old shark friend, I'm surprised to see you here, and alive.
You know why I'm here. You betrayed us.
Now, remember the good times we had. I gave you that cookbook, remember?
Your cookbook didn't help me at all. All it did was lead me to a bunch of dead ends. The purple peppers to make Chef's Bane weren't even where they were supposed to be.
Of course they weren't. The Spider King already picked them all, so that no more Chef's Bane could be made. It was part of his deal with Sous Chef, and this is part of my deal with her.
He started throwing poker chips at me like arrows. I raised my shield and blocked them. Then I dashed in and gave the Card Shark a well-deserved bite.
Good one, but I'm tougher than that. I am a shark, same as you.
No, not anymore. He tried punching me, but I followed up with a harsh draining bite and defeated him. That was for Hammerhead. With Card Shark defeated, I left Trouble and followed the many footprints that tarantulas left in the sand. I hoped the Hammerhead was all right. I don't know what I'd do if he got turned into soup. On day 67 to 70, I tracked the tarantulas to Cobweb Castle. I knew that Hammerhead could be here, as well as the purple pepper ingredients needed to make Chef's Bane. There were a whole lot of tarantulas around, but I was a whole lot of shark, and their poison wouldn't work on me. I fought my way to the throne room and found Hammerhead restrained in a web.
Zozo, is that you?
Don't worry, Hammerhead. I'm coming to help you. I moved closer to the throne when suddenly the King of Spiders dropped down from the ceiling.
2 sharks for the price of 1. The boss is gonna be extra happy with me.
The boss is never gonna see you again, Spider King. Not unless you get out of our way.
Big talk for a silly little shark. Let's go.
I leaped at the King of Spiders and started biting his long, scary legs.
Ow! Is this what being bitten feels like? Can't believe I've been doing this for years.
The jagged shark teeth were too much for him. The Spider King ran off, leaving through a pathway. After that, I freed Hammerhead by shooting an arrow that destroyed the cobweb prison he was in. Hammerhead, let's check where the Spider King ran off to. Maybe the purple peppers are in there.
Good idea, Zozo.
From day 71 to day 74, Hammerhead and I entered the secret pathway that the Spider King had left through. On On the inside, there was a creepy dungeon waiting for us.
Whoa, this place looks so spooky, Zozo. I don't want to spend too long here.
It'll be worth it if we can find the purple peppers and make the chef's bane hammerhead. But we were already too late. The purple peppers were gone, and there was a note from Sous Chef herself left in the empty dungeon.
You underestimate me and my minions, Zozo. Did you really think I'd just leave the purple peppers here? Silly little shark. Only a chef of my caliber would know what to do with such an ingredient. I'd say I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's actually very funny to me. I'll see you at dinner, my dear.
Me and Hammerhead were devastated. All this work and risk for nothing.
It's okay, Zozo. At least you saved me. Let's go back to the base and figure out what to do next.
From day 75 to day 78, I brought Hammerhead back to the base. I didn't want any more spiders to invade us at night, so I put up a new layer of defense. Hopefully a little fire will scare those creeps away. That's when Hammerhead approached me and gave me an enchanted book. What's this, Hammerhead?
It's the sharpness enchantment, Zozo. It'll make your shark teeth extra sharp and dangerous.
Oh, heck yeah, just what I need. I went inside and applied the enchantment book to my teeth. And I got those extra sharp teeth just in time, because the king of spiders who narrowly escaped in the cobweb castle was back, and he meant business. Time to end this once and for all. As the king of spiders ran in, I lunged forward and chomped him. In one bite, he was finished off, and that made me level up. I grew into a land great white with 25 hearts and the water speed ability, which made me twice as fast in water. Even though I'm a land shark, this might come in handy later. But that wasn't the only thing that the king of spiders dropped. He also had a note, which I picked up and read. It must have come straight from Sous Chef.
Once Zozo has been destroyed, find the straddler in the forest. You know what to do.
I was starting to get really sick of reading notes from Sous Chef, but at least it could be a valuable lead. From day 79 to day 84, I searched the forest for the straddler. If he was somehow connected to Sous Chef, he might be able to give me some information. Straddler? Straddler? Hello? That's when the straddler emerged out of the forest, looking irritated.
Yeah, I'm the straddler. What's it to you?
I've heard that you might have something to do with Sous Chef, the villain trying to turn me and all my fishy friends into soup. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, of course I know about that. I've been trying to take her down for years. Maybe we can team up.
That sounds great.
But first, you see that cave next to me? I need you to grab a secret weapon I left inside.
I turned and saw a cave a few feet away, and there was a secret weapon inside? Perfect. I'll be right back, straddler. I went into the deep, dark cave and was surprised to find inside was nothing. Could there have been some kind of mistake? I went back and saw the straddler standing in the mouth of the cave.
Sorry, kid. I worked for Sous Chef all along. You really shouldn't be so trusting.
He fired several arrows, and one of them even hit me. It was a tense moment, but I pulled out my own bow and fired back with even more accuracy. After a few arrows, the straddler was defeated, and I was alone in the cave. Whew, I really do need to be careful about who I can trust. On day 85 to day 89, I returned to the town of Trouble to meet somebody I thought I'd never need to talk to again. The card shark who, after I'd beaten him, was taken and locked up in the town jail. Thankfully, he was allowed visitors. I flopped down into the jail to see him.
Zozo, what the heck are you doing here? I didn't think you would ever want to see me again after what happened to your friends.
I figured after everything that happened between us, you owe me some information I can actually use.
I'm not gonna tell you nothing.
How'd you like it if I bit through the door of this cell and asked you a little closer?
Okay. What do you want to know?
Where can I find and defeat Sous Chef?
Find is one thought, defeat is another. You can find her in her kitchen on the Mushroom Island. But I warn you, Zozo, if you go to that island, you ain't coming back.
We'll see about that. This shark is never going into anybody's soup. And with that, I left the jail. There was no time to waste. From days 90 to 94, I worked on some new items and upgrades to my base. I can't take on Sous Chef without the best of the best of the best. I added a bunch of new upgrades to increase the effectiveness of my bow. The power enchantment, that increases damage, and the punch enchantment, which increased the knockback power of my arrows. Hope you like your food spicy, Sous Chef. And also, to give myself a little extra boost, I made myself a few potions. A potion of healing, a potion of regeneration, and a potion of swiftness. Land sharks aren't exactly fast, but this should offset that. I'm sure to win now. On day 95 to day 97, I finished the statue, a giant blue land shark, just like me. I'm very happy about how it turned out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. It made me realize something. In all of my time here, I'd only seen a handful of other sharks. There used to be so many land sharks out there, but now, because of people like Sous Chef, they were all gone. I couldn't let Sous Chef wipe us out. I needed to protect the land shark legacy and give our people a future. I'm gonna take you down, Sous Chef. You've made your last shark soup. On day 98, it was time to prepare for the final battle. I gathered all my friends together, the hammerhead shark, the frilled shark, and the flying fish. Guys, this is it. I'm gonna fight for the freedom of sharks and all fish. If I don't come back, then find Sous Chef on the Mushroom Island and defeat her for me. That's when Hammerhead Shark, my oldest friend, stepped forward.
Wait up, Zozo. I'm not gonna let you go alone.
Hammerhead, it's dangerous. She's gonna try and turn us to soup.
That's exactly why I can't let you go alone. Let's go together and finally finish this thing.
On day 99, Hammerhead Shark and I swam across the ocean until we reached the Mushroom Island. Let's go, Hammerhead. No time to waste. The island was guarded by particularly creepy creatures, mutant spider pigs. They spotted us and started to crawl towards us.
What are we gonna do, Zozo?
Don't worry, Hammerhead. I have a special weapon. I pulled out my fully upgraded bow and started firing, knocking back the mutant spider pigs. Look at that! I'm biting you without even touching you! Ha!
Zozo, over here! I found some prisoners!
I went to where Hammerhead was and saw that he had found a cage full of blobfish that Sous Chef had captured. You help them get back to the base, Hammerhead. I'm gonna defeat Sous Chef once and for all.
Good luck, Zozo. I believe in you.
On day 100, I continued alone across the Mushroom Island, looking for Sous Chef and her evil lair. Along the way, even more mutant spider pigs started rushing towards me. I used my upgraded bow to quickly dispatch them and clear the way. Will you guys get out of the way? I'm looking for your boss. After defeating the last few mutant spider pigs, I saw a secret chest on the island, with a sign next to it saying, Secret Ingredients. Hey, that sounds useful. I searched through the chest until I found a bottle labeled Potion of Evolution. I immediately added it to my inventory and kept moving. Soon enough, I found Sous Chef's true lair. She'd mined a huge crater into the ground and filled it with lava. It was the ultimate soup boiling pot, and Sous Chef was there, throwing ingredients in.
Welcome, Zozo. You're just in time. I've been working on the ultimate soup, but it's been missing something. I think it could really use a little shark to really make it pack a punch.
Oh, I'm here to pack a punch, Sous Chef, but it won't be in your soup. Sous Chef started to laugh at me, and as she laughed, she grew bigger and more powerful. She also equipped a huge diamond sword. This must have been her final form.
Big talk, but nothing to back it up. You don't even have the Chef's Bane. How could you possibly stop me?
Things have changed, Sous Chef. I used to want the Chef's Bane. Now, I am the Chef's Bane. I remembered my friends and got a surge of power and started to grow and change. I wasn't a land shark anymore. I was Land Megalodon, the biggest and most powerful shark in history, with 30 hearts. You wanted shark? I'll give you more shark than you can handle. I lunged at her. She tried to hit me with her diamond sword, but her sword was nothing compared to my razor-sharp Megalodon teeth.
Ouch! I was meant to eat you. You're not meant to eat me.
She tried to hit me, but I kept lunging forward and biting her. Sous Chef was stumbling backwards, losing her balance. You look a little tense, Sous Chef. Why not take a dip and cool off? With one more push from me, Sous Chef fell backwards and landed in her own soup. She was finally finished. I threw the Potion of Evolution into the fiery pit, which caused it to level up and change into obsidian. Now no shark will ever be cooked here again. With Sous Chef gone, I returned back to my base, where the hammerhead shark, the frilled shark, the flying fish, and the blobfish were waiting for me. Wanna head out for a meal to celebrate our victory?
Sure, anything but soup.
On day 1, I spawned in the desert as a baby snow golem. I was all alone, except for a honey golem who was much bigger than me. I wasn't sure why I was here, or why I was so little. Where are all the other snow golems? What am I doing out here where it's so hot and dry? Before the honey golem could answer me, a guster blew toward us. Who are you?
Who am I? I'm Gary the Guster, and there ain't a fella in the land who can take me and my Guster gang down. Just take a gander at what happens when you don't do what I say.
And with one attack, he destroyed the honey golem I spawned in next to. How could you do that? You monster!
Because I'm the baddest gust around these parts. You got 100 days to rustle up 100 diamonds and bring the loot to me, or my gang and I will burn the nearest village to the ground, and you with it.
And with that threat, he disappeared, leaving me all alone. Oh no, I either need to gather Gary's ransom or defeat him. If I don't, there's gonna be trouble, but I'm gonna need to be a lot stronger before I can do that. On day 2, I started making my way through the desert toward the village. If they were in danger from Gary the Guster too, I needed to get there and warn them. Maybe they could help me, and we could keep each other safe. I realized I only had 5 hearts, so I would have to be careful on the way. As I was walking, a group of zombies appeared from out of a cave. What do you want?
Just keeping an eye on things for the boss. I don't see any diamonds. Maybe we ought to teach you a lesson in listening.
They attacked me, and I had nothing to fight back with. I was scared that they would take me down. I was way too small and weak to beat them right now. But just then, a bison ran up to me.
Howdy there, little snow golem. You're a long way from home.
I am, and I'm in danger.
Well, hop on my back and let's mosey on out of here. I can take us somewhere safe.
I hopped on the bison's back, and he carried me away from the zombies. Thank you. What's your name?
Byron, what's yours?
You can call me Zozo.
Mighty nice to meet you.
On day 3, Byron the bison took me to his village. It was the same place I was trying to get to, so it all worked out pretty well. Except, of course, for the part where we had to all deal with Gary's evil plan. This is a nice village. Thank you for having me. Then, Byron took me to meet the mayor of the town. He was a golem like me, but he was an earth golem, not snow. Hello, Mr. Mayor.
Well, howdy there, little snow golem. What brings you to our town?
I quickly explained what I knew about Gary and his threat to destroy the village if I didn't bring him 100 diamonds.
That no-good scoundrel's been bothering us for some time now. Going on a few years. Maybe we can help each other out and bring him to justice once and for all.
I would love to help, but how?
Well, let's see. I reckon you'll need to make some tools, get started mining diamonds, and get a heck of a lot stronger too. We'll do whatever we can to help you do that. This town's plenty big enough for more kind-hearted folks after all. You can set up on the edge of town.
Byron and I started to leave, but the mayor had one more thing to say.
You know, this village needs a sheriff. I reckon you might just be the man for the job.
On days 4 and 5, I went out and punched some trees so I could gather enough wood to build a crafting bench. Then, I crafted some wooden tools. Once I had those, I could start gathering some stone. Hey, this is going pretty well so far. Once I had enough stone, I upgraded my tools from wood to stone ones, including a stone sword. I was ready to start building our base.
Say, Zozo, if you're fixing to be the sheriff, let's say we build you a sheriff station with a jail inside.
That's a perfect idea, Byron. We can use it as an armory too. It'll be the perfect place to help keep the village safe from Gary and his gang of goons. Then, I had a brilliant idea. Byron, every sheriff needs a deputy. Do you want the job?
Well, shucks, Zozo. I'd be honored.
With Byron chosen as my deputy, we got to work building our base, a couple of jail cells, and 2 rooms for us to sleep in. The mayor stopped by to admire our progress.
This looks mighty fine, boys. Here, Zozo, this should help you get started.
The mayor handed me a strong potion. I drank it and felt myself grow a little bit bigger, and I gained 2 hearts. On days 6 through 8, I explored the desert around the village, looking for more materials. While I was walking around, I saw a roadrunner being attacked by a nest of rattlesnakes. Hey, you leave her alone! I rushed at them with my stone sword and began to fight. They turned their attention away from the roadrunner and started attacking me instead. It was a tough fight, but after a long while, I knocked down the last rattlesnake.
Oh, thank you kindly.
The roadrunner ran over to me.
My name is Rhonda, and you're my hero.
Just doing my duty, ma'am. What are you doing all the way out here?
I got lost in the desert. I was looking for help getting back to my nest. It's in a cave, you see, but it isn't safe for me to go alone. My eggs are in there. I need to get to them before something terrible happens.
Well, that sounds like a job for the local sheriff. On days 9 and 10, Rhonda and I made our way to the cave where her nest was.
I wanted my nest to be out of the sun, and this cave used to be safe. But when people started mining in there, it woke something up. Something terrible. This is it. Please be careful, Sheriff Zozo.
I'll do my best. I drew my sword and crept into the cave.
What are you doing in my cave?
A werewolf jumped out of the shadows and roared at me.
This cave belongs to more than just you.
This cave ain't big enough for the both of us.
He swiped at me with his claws and knocked me back into the wall of the cave. I dropped my sword, and when I ran to pick it up, he hit me again. Uh-oh, this guy is way too strong.
Get out now, or I'll finish you off.
I'll have to come back and face him again when I'm stronger. I need to go help Rhonda. I ran out of the cave, where Rhonda was waiting. I'm sorry, he's too strong. But please, come back to town with me. You can stay at my sheriff station until we can come back. I'll help you get your eggs back, I promise. On days 11 and 12, I returned to my base with Rhonda. I built her a room, including a crafting bench and a chest.
Thank you for the help, Zozo. It means the world to me.
Of course, I'm happy to help. Now that we're safe, do you know anything about Gary the Guster?
Not too much, only that he's got a hankering for diamonds and power, and won't let anything stand in his way. He's hurt a lot of people, made himself a lot of enemies. If we all band together, maybe we can do something about him.
That's what I've been thinking too. Glad we're on the same team. After my chat with Rhonda, I went mining for some more materials. I found iron and coal too. I made a furnace and smelted the iron, then used it to craft some iron tools and boots. Best of all, I crafted an iron sword. Then, I built an armory where I could store all of my new tools. This base is coming together. We'll be able to take on Gary and his gang in no time. On days 13 to 15, I wanted to find a way to get stronger, so I talked to Byron the Bison for some advice.
Well, I reckon the best strength in the world is experience. You ought to go on a quest or two and get better at helping others out. Then you'll get stronger. Also, you'd best get yourself some armor for the job.
Thanks so much, Byron. I gathered silver and crafted myself some armor. Then I headed out to explore the forest. Now it's time to find a quest. But where is someone who I can help? I looked around, but couldn't see anyone that might have a quest for me. How was I supposed to get experience if no one needed me to do anything? Then, I saw a pumpkin boss shaking an apple tree. Hi there, do you need some help with the apples?
Hey, you're the sheriff trying to go up against Gary the Guster. Let me teach you a lesson.
He attacked me, but I was ready. I had my new armor to protect me. And I had my new sword, too. I dodged his attack and slashed at him, knocking him back. After a lot of tough back and forth, I was able to win. I did it! I did it! Then, I noticed he dropped something, a shed snakeskin. Hey, I bet I can use this to craft something. I took the snakeskin back to my base and crafted a vine lasso with it. Wow, I can use this to wrangle bad guys and bring them back to jail. On days 16 to 19, I decided to explore some more and see what I could find. I ended up coming across an abandoned mine and looked inside. There was a chest in there. I opened it and I found an old diary belonging to a miner that left it behind ages ago. Gary the Guster came through town again, telling us to give him diamonds. I heard a rumor that he's building a base not too far from here, but no one's been able to find it yet. I have my suspicions that it's out in the forest over yonder. Wow, so Gary's base must not be too far away. Maybe I can find it, but first, I'll have to get even stronger so I can defeat him. Before I could do anything else, I was attacked by a gang of Mandragora.
This is what happens when you go up against Gary the Guster.
But they were no match for my new armor and sword. Just like with the pumpkin boss before, I fought them hard and was able to defeat them. As a few of them ran away, I yelled after them. Tell Gary he won't be picking on people for much longer. On days 20 to 22, I traveled back to the village. When I got there, I saw some plague rats bothering some villagers. I fought them and took them out easily. Wow, I'm getting good at this. On the way back to the sheriff's station, I found some silver I could use to upgrade my gear and my armor. With that taken care of, I was feeling strong enough to go fight the werewolf and help Rhonda get back her nest.
You again? I thought I already taught you a lesson.
Well, I'm back, and I'm strong enough to fight you now. With my new armor and sword, I was able to hold my own against the werewolf. He knocked me back, but I didn't drop my sword, and I kept fighting. Then I pulled out my secret weapon, the vine lasso. I captured the werewolf in the lasso and started pulling him back to the jail. You're going to jail.
You ain't got what it takes to bring down Gary the Guster. He took out my whole gang, and I had to hide in those caves when he came to town. You go up against him, and you're toast.
On days 23 to 26, I threw the werewolf into one of the empty jail cells. Well, Rhonda, you can go back to the caves now. Your nest is safe, and your eggs are waiting for you.
Thank you so much, Zozo. I'll never forget what you did for me, and I'll be sure to come back and visit once my eggs have hatched.
I can't wait.
By the way, you should build a guard tower. It will help keep you safe here.
Rhonda was right. It would be a good idea to have a guard tower so we could keep a lookout. I started constructing one right away. When the guard tower was done, I realized I needed some ranged weapons. So I crafted some javelins too. I can really defend this place now. On days 27 to 31, I decided to travel to a snowy area to see if I could find some more snow golems like me. If I could, maybe they could help protect the village and take down Gary. I was enjoying the cold and looking around for some other snow golems when I saw some snow beasts. They looked lost, so I sent them back to my base, and they went off to find it. Next, I decided to gather some ice to take back to my base. If I had it there, I wouldn't feel so homesick as the only snow golem in the desert. Even if I didn't find any snow golems, it would make me feel much better. When I got back to the village, Mayor Earth Golem came up to me.
Sheriff Zozo, we need your help. Gary's gang came through town and kidnapped some of our villagers.
Oh no, of course I'll help.
And I'll come with you. What kind of mayor would I be if I didn't look out for my own people?
On days 32 to 35, the mayor and I went into the forest to find the kidnapped villagers and save them from Gary's gang. We spotted the horde of zombies and a bunch of villagers in cages. The zombies were laughing at them. Don't worry, everyone. You're safe now. We're coming to save you. I rushed at them with my sword drawn. The mayor followed me and tried to help fight too. One of the zombies knocked him down. Get away from him! I tried to stop them from hurting him, but the zombies destroyed the mayor. No! I swore I'd have revenge. In honor of the fallen mayor, I defeated the rest of the zombies and freed the villagers. But now the town is without a mayor. We need someone to lead the villagers. On days 36 to 39, I set off in search of a new mayor for the village. We need someone tough to help protect the villagers from Gary. I know, I'll go into the mountains. Only tough people can survive up there, so I went to the mountains and looked around. Is there anyone here who can be a mayor?
Are you looking for help?
I looked and saw Zeus, the king of Olympus, standing on top of a mountain. Yes, I am.
Well, I need help with something. If you can help me, I can be the mayor in return.
What is it?
A group of gremlins stole my treasured guitar. Jamming on that guitar was the only way to pass the time up here on this boring old mountain. Please, get it back for me.
It was a small price to pay to find a new, powerful mayor. I found the gremlins nearby, smashing the guitar into some rocks. Hey, that's not what rock music means. I fought off the gremlins and got the guitar back. Here you go, Zeus. Or should I say, Mayor Zeus.
Thank you. I'd be happy to be the mayor if the villagers are all as kind as you.
They are. We're trying to defeat Gary the Guster.
Ah, Gary. He's asking for diamonds, I bet. Well, I can tell you where a very good diamond mine is, if you want.
Yes, please. So Zeus gave me directions to the diamond mine. Things were really starting to come together. One way or another, I'd keep the village safe. On days 40 to 43, I returned home to the village and dropped off Mayor Zeus at his new house. Back at the sheriff's station, I decided to spiff up the place. I added torches and bookshelves for extra light and to give me and Deputy Byron something to read on our downtime. Once I was done, I checked in with Byron to see what he thought.
Say, this looks great, Sheriff. But with so much new danger, we need more deputies. Let's make a deputies wanted sign.
Great idea! I added a sign outside the station. New deputies wanted. And pretty soon, villagers started showing up to apply for the job. 6 new deputies joined. I built a barracks onto the base with bunk beds, so they would all have a place to sleep. Gary the Guster won't know what hit him when we take him on. One of the snow beasts came to find me while I was working.
We heard a rumor about an ice cave where another snow golem is living. You should check it out and see if he can help us.
Wow, thank you! Another snow golem. It almost sounded too good to be true. On days 44 to 49, I journeyed to the ice cave to search for the other snow golem. When I got there, I couldn't see anyone at first, but then I saw a shadow in the cave. Hello? I walked toward the opening of the cave, but Gary the Guster appeared.
Yeehaw! I knew you'd fall for my trap. I hear you've been rustling up a team to try and beat me. Well, I can't have that.
You're such a bully, making people get diamonds for you. Why do you even need so many anyway?
You sure do ask a lot of questions, Sheriff. I'll have you know it's my dream to live in a mansion made out of nothing but diamonds. I don't care how many towns I have to destroy to get them, neither.
That's terrible.
Never said I was nice. Now I gotta mosey on back to my diamonds, but I'm not letting you go that easy. Alpha Coyote, get him.
Gary whooshed away, and in his place, there was an Alpha Coyote. He was pretty big and strong too, but I knew I could take him. I drew my sword and got ready for a fight. On days 50 to 53, I fought hard against the Alpha Coyote.
You might as well give up now. I'm so much bigger than you.
You may be big, but I'm brave and strong, and I have the support of my friends to keep me from giving up. With a decisive strike from my sword, I defeated the Alpha Coyote. I did it! I won! Well, I won this battle. There's more to come. Hey, wait, what's this? I looked on the ground where the Alpha Coyote fell at the end of our fight.
there was a journal. Hey, this says property of Gary the Guster inside. It must belong to him.
Dear Diary, I built the best dang hideout this Wild West has ever seen. It's so sparkly, made up of all those diamonds I took from the villagers. And no one will find me here, between the 2 tallest mountains in the region. They'll never get rid of Gary the Guster and his gang of goons.
Hey, I know where those mountains are. When the time comes, I'll be able to find Gary's base after all. On days 54 to 57, I ventured deeper into the ice caverns. I wasn't going to give up my search for another snow golem now. I had to keep looking and see if there was really someone here, or if it was all just one of Gary's traps. In the distance, I could see the light of a fire. There was someone here. As I got closer, I could see that some of the zombies from the Guster gang of goons were gathered around the fire, and they had a snow golem with them. Oh no, I have to help him escape. I stayed back and out of sight, and threw one of my javelins at the zombies. I had the element of surprise, and they scattered when it hit. Take that, you undead outlaws!
Hey, where did you come from? This is our hideout and you're trespassing.
No, you're the ones who are trespassing. Instead of getting into an argument with them, I decided to get right to the fighting instead. I rushed in with my sword and fought them with everything I had.
Quick, let's get out of here.
The zombies ran out of the caverns, leaving me with the snow golem. I'll get you out of here.
Not so fast.
I turned around, and there was an axe Dix.
You're not taking this prisoner without a fight, unless you've got those 100 diamonds for Gary.
You'll never get those diamonds from me. I took axe Dix down and let the snow golem free.
Hey, look!
Oh, it's a power potion. I drank it and grew bigger, and I gained 2 more hearts. Wow, that's amazing!
Thank you so much for letting me go. Gary has been taking out all of the golems, so there will be no one left to protect the villagers. I was so scared that I was the only one left.
Well, now you know you're not alone. Come back to my base with me. We've got a whole bunch of people to help. Gary won't get away with it this time. On days 58 to 62, I worked on improving things at the base. The sheriff's station was pretty great, but it could still get even better. The villagers had all the food we could need, but we needed to make way more tools and weapons. I expanded the crafting area and the armory, so we'd have lots of space for more equipment. Then I headed off to the area Zeus told me about, where I could find lots of diamonds. I went down into the mine there, and sure enough, there they were! Yes. I used my iron pickaxe to mine the diamonds, and took them back to the base. I used all those diamonds to make diamond armor, a pickaxe, and a sword. Next, I thought about how I might need to gather extra food while traveling to new places. A fishing rod could help me catch fish on the go, so I crafted a fishing rod to help me, in case I ever needed it. On days 63 to 66, Mayor Zeus came to visit me at the sheriff's station. What can I do for you, Mayor?
Did you get a chance to check out the diamond cave I told you about?
I did, thank you. There were lots of diamonds there. I used them to upgrade my gear though.
That's okay. I thought you might need to do that. I wanted to tell you that I heard about another cave with lots of diamonds to mine.
Really? Thank you. That's great news.
Happy to help. I'll keep an ear out for more diamond news too.
I really missed my old friend Mayor Earth Golem, but Zeus was doing his legacy proud and seemed to really care about the village. I set off to the new cave to mine for more diamonds. Inside, I saw a group of little Kados. I could hear them whispering to each other.
I'm telling you, the boss is out there somewhere.
Boss? Are they talking about Gary the Guster?
He's a werewolf. He's tough.
Not as tough as Gary. There's no way he survived that attack. We're doomed. We'll be next.
Wait, these must be members of the werewolf's old gang. I wonder if they'll try to fight me.
Hey, are you the sheriff?
Why do you want to know?
We hear you're trying to fight Gary the Guster, and we want to help.
Really? That would be great.
If you can help us rescue more of our old gang, we promise to all help you out. They're in an underground base deep in these caves.
You got it. Go back to my base at the sheriff's station, and I'll come meet you when I've rescued your buddies. Also, your old leader is there in jail. Sorry about that. On days 67 to 70, I traveled deeper into the caves in search of the underground base. If I could find more of the werewolf's gang, that would be even more deputies to fight with me. Look at me, turning outlaws into good guys. Mayor Earth Golem would be so proud of what a great sheriff I'm becoming. Before I could celebrate my progress anymore though, I spotted a Nightwalker mage holding another group of little Kados prisoner. Those must be the rest of the gang they were talking about. How can I get them out of here? He looks pretty dangerous. I don't know if I can fight him and make it out. I started looking around for a way to sneak by the Nightwalker mage, but I couldn't find anything. I guess I'll have to be brave and try to fight him, even though I'm scared. I thought about my friends and how they'd all faced so much danger with me so far. If they could do it, So could I. I attacked the Nightwalker Mage, and he flew into the air to dodge my attack. This looks like a job for my vine lasso. I tossed it at the Nightwalker Mage and caught him. I pulled him back down to the ground, and while he was trapped, I attacked him with my sword. He broke free, but not before I got a good hit in. The Nightwalker Mage teleported behind me, but I spun around and got him again. It was a pretty intense battle, but eventually I was able to win with the help of my vine lasso and my shiny new diamond sword.
Thank you, stranger.
I'm no stranger. I'm the sheriff.
Oh no, are we under arrest?
No, I'm here to save you. Go back to my base at the sheriff's station. Your friends will be there, and you'll see that everything is going to be okay. On days 71 to 74, I traveled to a river to try out some fishing. I hadn't done it before, and I wanted to get good at it in case I needed to catch a fish in a hurry. As I was walking along the river, I saw a strange message on the ground. If you're enjoying this adventure, find more Zozo videos by searching for ZO, and don't forget to like and subscribe. That's pretty weird. Anyway, back to fishing. I caught a few fish, and I was feeling pretty good about myself. But then, Gary the Guster showed up.
Sheriff fishing on the job, eh? Should be out there mining for my diamonds if you want that village of yours to survive.
Why can't you just leave us alone?
I will, once you give me what I want.
That's not fair.
Life ain't fair.
We rushed at each other, and I pulled out my sword and my vine lasso.
You think you can lasso me like cattle? I'm no cowboy.
I tried my best, but it wasn't enough to defeat him. I didn't want to run, but I needed to stay alive to get stronger and to help my friends. So I turned and I ran all the way back to my base. Next time, I'll be ready. On days 75 to 78, I got to work on my base again. Now that I know how strong Gary is, after trying to fight him again, I know we need to make the base even better. Byron had a great idea for how to improve it.
What if we build an underground bunker? Somewhere we can hide out if we need to, if he comes to attack us before we're ready.
Perfect! I got to work building the bunker, and before long, we had a great big underground hideout to go to if Gary attacked before I was strong enough to beat him. After I was done, some of the little Katos from the werewolf's gang came up to me with a book.
It's the magic book to help you get bigger and stronger.
Wow, thank you! I tried some of the magic from the book, and sure enough, I grew bigger and gained more hearts. What an amazing gift! They really are good guys after all. On days 79 to 84, I decided to test my new strength on some mobs. I went out into the desert with my sword and my lasso and found some skeletons to fight. Taste the lasso, boneheads! I rounded them up and took them all out. After I defeated the last of the skeletons, a desert lord came up to me. Is he going to try and fight me too? But to my surprise, he gave me a gift instead.
Thank you for getting rid of the skeletons. They've been making so much trouble here. As the lord of this desert, I present you with this sharpness enchantment, which will increase the power of your sword.
Awesome! So now I'm stronger, and my sword is stronger too. This is great! On days 85 to 89, I came back to the base, only to find it under attack by an army of zombies. Of course, this has got to be the work of Gary the Guster. There were so many of them, it would be dangerous to get close. Thankfully, I had some of the javelins I made earlier. You're about to find out why you don't mess with the sheriff, zombies. I threw javelin after javelin until I had the zombie gang on the run. With the help of the rest of my deputies, we were able to run the undead outlaws out of town. But it wasn't just my base they were interfering with. The zombies were causing trouble all over town while I was gone. One of the villagers ran over to me and told me that while the zombies were ransacking the town, they took one of his chickens. Don't worry, villager, I'll have that chicken back to you safe and sound. I chased the remaining zombies out into the woods, and I saw the chicken running along with them. That must be the villager's chicken. But the zombies had such a head start now. I didn't know if I could catch up to them in time. Wait, the javelins can come in handy here too. With a few well-placed throws, those zombies were done for, and the chicken was free. Come on, little chicken, let's get you back to your owner. I brought the chicken back to his owner, who was so happy to see him. The villager thanked me for getting his chicken back, and felt terrible that he didn't have anything to give me as a reward. Don't worry about it. The only reward I need is knowing I did a job well done. On days 90 to 94, I followed the trail of zombie footprints and destruction until I finally found a cave with a sign out front. Get out of these parts or face the wrath of the Guster gang. This has gotta be it, their secret hideout. I better check it out. I snuck into the cave and saw that it was empty, except for one strange figure standing there, like he was waiting for me. Who are you?
I'm the Soul Leader, and I'm here to make sure you don't mess with the boss's plans no more.
Why would you work for him? What he's doing is wrong. He's hurting so many people, all because he's greedy.
Nothing wrong with a little greed. It's a dog-eat-dog world, Sheriff. We're all just trying to get fed.
But isn't it better to be nice, to help others, and know that they'll help you in return?
What kind of sucker helps people? That ain't this kind of town.
But it could be.
Enough chatter. Turn and draw your weapon, Sheriff.
I drew my sword and my vine lasso, ready for a fight. After all of my recent experience, I was feeling pretty good about it. But when the Soul Eater rushed at me, I knew I was wrong. This wasn't an ordinary fight. He was incredibly fast and strong. Definitely the toughest fighter of the Guster gang I had met so far. I didn't have much time. I had to think fast. I ran backwards away from him and pulled out a javelin. Let's finish this! On days 95 and 97, I continued battling the Soul Eater in the Guster gang's secret cave hideout. It was pretty close, but putting some space between us and throwing a javelin helped me to do some crucial extra damage and get the advantage I needed. While the Soul Eater was recovering, I tied him up in my lasso and rushed him with my sword.
Oh, this can't happen. You're weak.
I'm strong now. With the Soul Eater beaten and not going anywhere, I decided to look around the hideout for anything I could use. Hey, a battle axe! Awesome! You're coming with me. I turned back to the Soul Eater. And so are you. Let's get you back to the jail and you can start talking. I took the Soul Eater back to the sheriff's station and put him in the other cell there. Tell me what you know about Gary the Guster.
Fine. I can draw you a map to the diamond castle he's building. Is that what you want?
Yeah, that would be great.
Then you'll let me go?
Only if you promise to try being a good guy.
If it gets me out of here, then sure. Here, Sheriff. No tricks. It's real.
Now I knew exactly where to go to get Gary once and for all. On day 98, after I got the map from the Soul Eater, I decided to walk around my base and check in on everything. All my new deputies were doing great, settling into their duties. As I was seeing what the deputies were doing, I heard someone come to the door. It was Rhonda, and she had a bunch of baby roadrunners with her.
Children, this here is Sheriff Zozo. He helped me get back to you when you were still eggs in the nest. I owe him a lot of thanks.
Oh, Rhonda, I'm so glad you and your babies are doing well.
You're a hero, Sheriff Zozo. Never forget that.
Next, Byron came to talk to me.
Sheriff, it's been an honor to be your deputy. Thank you for giving this old bison a chance to help save my village. Take this potion of strength as a token of my appreciation.
Thank you so much, Deputy Byron. Mayor Zeus stopped by to see me next.
I never thought I'd be a mayor, but you believed in me. I believe in you too, Zozo. Don't forget, fellows like Gary are driven by greed and nothing else. Friendship and goodness are so much stronger, and they'll win in the end, every time. Remember that.
It seemed like everyone believed in me, and with amazing friends like these in my corner, Gary wouldn't stand a chance. On day 99, I followed the map I got from the Soul Eater. It was now or never, with only one more day left before Gary would come to collect his ransom. There was no way I was going to let him destroy the village. As I was walking there, a pigeon flew by overhead.
You can do it, Zozo!
Thank you, pigeon. I reached a massive castle made of diamonds, surrounded by zombies and skeletons. He has this many diamonds already, and he wants even more? This guy's the worst. There were so many enemies outside, I wasn't sure if I could take them all on by myself. But then, my trusty Deputy Byron the Bison showed up.
Didn't think I'd let you do this without your first deputy, your right-hand man, did you?
Day 100, Byron and I fought our way through the zombies and skeletons and headed into the Diamond Castle. There were so many of them, it was a miracle we got through. How can this guy afford to pay all these goons and build a Diamond Castle?
We've got to keep fighting, Zozo. We're almost there.
You're right, Byron. We can do this. Inside, Gary the Guster was sitting on top of a diamond throne.
Well, well, well. Look what the cat dragged in.
We're here to end this, Gary. Your reign of terror is over.
Well, ain't that a hoot? Listen, little sheriff, you can't fight the wind. I'm a force of nature, and I ain't going nowhere.
Too bad. We're here to shut you down. I pulled out my trusty vine lasso and got ready to wrangle Gary. But before I could, he threw sand in my eyes and I dropped it. I couldn't see what I was doing.
I'll be your eyes, Zozo. Dodge to the left. He's gonna attack.
I listened to Byron and dodged. It helped me avoid Gary's hit.
Hey, that's cheating.
Blinding people before a fight is cheating, Gary. And Gary didn't let up. I could feel the force of his mighty winds trying to blow me away. But Byron was still there to help.
Rush at him with your sword. Straight forward.
You can't do this dance forever, cowboy.
I don't have to.
What in tarnation?
I rushed at Gary with my sword, and Byron ran at him too. Together, we dealt one huge blow, and Gary dissolved. He was gone. Is it really over?
It's really over. Let's say you and I get back to the town and rustle up some celebratory grub.
That sounds good to me.
You make a darn good sheriff, Zozo.
And thanks to us, Gary the Guster and the Guster Gang would never hassle another town again. On day 1, I spawned in as a fire spider. Oh cool, I got 8 legs and 4 hearts. But whoa, I'm not a regular spider. I'm a fire spider. That means I have to avoid water no matter what. I should probably look around. I started testing out my new abilities. I can jump high, run super fast, and climb up walls. Woohoo! Just as I was jumping from tree to tree, a swarm of tarantula hawks started to attack. Ah, where did you come from? Quickly, I jumped off of the tree and started running away. But these guys were fast. They even took out some of my hearts. Ouch, I need those! Realizing that I couldn't outrun these guys forever, I decided I needed to fight. I wonder if I have something that could help me fight these tarantula hawks. Just then, I looked into my inventory and saw I had an item, Web Shot. Throw at your enemies to attack or stun them. This should work. Quickly, I put this ability into effect and started throwing webs at the tarantula hawks. Whoa, this is awesome! I managed to bring down several of the tarantula hawks with my web shot until there was only one left. He quickly fled before I could take him down. Ha! And stay out, you flying fiend! I proceeded to look around a little more before I decided to call it a night. On day 2, I woke up hungry and decided to make my first web. I placed it in the tree and waited. Soon, I caught a fly. Tasty. Then I went and took a look around. I stumbled upon a hole in the ground and decided to check it out. Maybe I can find some more fire spiders here. Well, I couldn't find any more fire spiders. I managed to find some stone, but I couldn't mine it because it required tools. I better go get some resources. Just as I was about to leave, a bunch of badgers started to attack. Ah, hey, what's the big deal? These guys were tough, but I managed to fling web shots at them and managed to defeat them. They dropped some loot in the process. I picked up a stone pickaxe and sword. Oh, these will come in handy. With the pickaxe, I mined the stone and even found some iron that I could use for later. Wow, this hole is great! After checking to make sure there were no more badgers, I decided to set up camp in the hole. After clearing out some space, I set up a little place for myself, and even started to build other houses, just in case some more spiders were to come. On day 3, I climbed out of the hole and started gathering wood from the surrounding trees. Just as I was about to bring down one of the trees, I heard a noise.
Hey, stop that down there!
Suddenly, a pigeon flew down from the top.
What do you think you are doing?
Oh, sorry, I didn't know anyone was living in this tree.
Well, there is. You can't just go around destroying everything you see like some kind of barbarian.
I didn't mean any harm, I promise. He sighed.
Just be careful next time.
Just as the pigeon was talking, a falcon came out of nowhere and started to attack.
Oh no, not this guy. You better run, little fire spider.
Instead, I used my web to attack the falcon and knock him out of the sky.
Oh, thank you so much. That falcon has been attacking me and my friends for a long time.
You're most welcome. I'm always looking for ways I can help. Why was he attacking you?
He is a servant of the Lizard King, the evil ruler who enslaves animals with fear.
Oh no, that's terrible. This Lizard King sounds like he's a real handful to deal with.
My name is Percy, and I would be happy to help you with anything you need.
Thank you, I could use help. You know, I have a place that you and your friends can stay to keep away from falcons. It's underground and I'm still building it. Would you like to come?
Most of the time, pigeons don't like living underground, but that sounds like the safe idea.
On days 4 and 5, I helped Percy put together some houses for him and his friends.
This place is going to look great, Zozo. A safe haven away from the Lizard King.
You're right. I'm gonna have to see if I can get more critters out of danger. I also don't know where any fire spiders are.
Well, in the meantime, I will stay here and continue working. Before you go, I wanted to give you this.
Percy gave me some iron armor and a sword, made from the iron I had found earlier.
I thought it best for your journey. Take care, my fiery spider friend.
Thanks, Percy. I will return. Soon I was off to find the Lizard King, when all of a sudden, the tarantula hawk I fought on the first day returned with even more of his friends.
We shall have our revenge on you.
They all started swarming me with their stingers. Ouch, leave me alone! With the new sword, I managed to defeat most of the tarantula hawks, but the main tarantula hawk was heading right for me.
I will defeat you and take you to the Lizard King myself.
He was tougher to beat than the other tarantula hawks. I even took some damage from him. You may be strong, but I won't be defeated. Dodging his blows with my speed and jumping ability, I kept on striking him until at last he was defeated. As he disappeared, he dropped some bronze armor as well as a beaker of poison. If I'm going to come in contact with any more of the Lizard King's minions, I'm gonna need this. On days 6 through 8, I continued my journey to find the Lizard King. Along the way, I managed to find a village. Hello, anyone here? I went through all the buildings, gathering supplies where I could find them, but could not find anyone. How could an entire village just vanish like this? I started hearing what sounded like voices from one of the center buildings. Maybe there are some villagers still here. After following the voices, I discovered who was in the building. It was the Lizard King. He had on a huge crown and had big red eyes. Yikes, those are gonna haunt my nightmares. Gathering up what courage I had, I charged towards the Lizard King. Hey, why are you being so cruel to all the creatures of this land? They just want to live peaceful lives, free from bullies like you. The Lizard King looked at me with those red eyes.
The tiny fire spider who defeated my tarantula hawks. You will pay for your actions. Attack!
Then all of a sudden, the floor started shaking, and from out of the ground spawned a giant desert centipede. Uh-oh, this could be bad. The centipede was strong, it had over 20 hearts, and it was quick. It's a good thing I can jump and climb, or this thing would surely take me out. Then I remembered I had the beaker of poison and prepared to use it on the centipede. Just as I was about to use it, the centipede attacked and knocked the beaker out of my hand, shattering on the floor. Oh no! The centipede grabbed onto me, shaking me around with his mandibles and shaking the hearts out of me. This is not good. Just as I was about to lose my last heart, the Lizard King commanded he let me go.
That's enough. I still need subjects to rule. You really thought you could defeat me? Ha! Come back again when you are worthy.
That fight did a lot of damage to me, and all of a sudden, I blacked out. On days 9 and 10, I awoke to a different location. It looked like one of the houses in the village, only it was really damaged and there were webs on the walls. Ah, spiders! Oh, wait, I'm a spider too. I climbed around the damaged house to see if any more spiders were around. Hello? Any other spiders around here? Regular or fire type? Any will do. Or anyone? Preferably ones who don't want to squish me? I looked around a little more, and eventually I spotted what appeared to be a small, normal spider. Hey, where am I?
Oh good, you're awake. It's good to see you up.
Where's the Lizard King? Where's the centipede?
You fought the Lizard King and his centipede? It's a miracle you're still alive. When I found you, they were both gone. I was really worried you weren't going to wake up, but couldn't not help a spider in need. We brought you here to look after you.
We? Who's we?
Well, me and my brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters? There's more of you?
Oh yes, at least 700. We live in dark, shadowy areas near here, under the protection of Daddy Longlegs. Would you like to meet him?
Sure. Oh, and what's your name?
Marcy. I'm a jumping spider.
Indeed. Lead the way, Marcy. On days 11 to 12, Marcy led me to a secret passageway where we climbed down into a dark hall. Through the hall, we came upon the cave of Daddy Longlegs. It was surrounded by several different spiders of all different types and sizes.
Daddy Longlegs, here's the fire spider who fought the centipede. He is healed and wishes to meet with you.
Proceed, good spider.
I am Zozo, and I come to help fight against the evil of the Lizard King.
You are indeed brave, Zozo, but I am afraid the Lizard King cannot be defeated.
What do you mean? How can he not be defeated?
He controls the predators of the animal kingdom, forcing us spiders to live underground. Any attempt we have tried to fight against him, he takes out numbers of us. I'm afraid it's too risky for our survival.
I understand your concern, Daddy Longlegs, but we cannot keep living in fear. Someone has to do something. If nobody else will, then I will. But I know together we can do better, be stronger. Some of us might be squashed in a moment, but surely he can't stop all of us. Then I could hear Marcy cheering from the back.
Huzzah! Huzzah!
Her cheering led to all the other spiders starting to cheer as well. Huzzah! Daddy Longlegs looked convinced and agreed to help me.
All right, Zozo, you have made your point. I will send some spiders to help you on your journey. Perhaps we truly can defeat the Lizard King.
3 spiders volunteered to help me on my quest. First was Taylor, a massive tarantula.
Yeah, dude.
Then there was Bruno, an orb-weaving spider.
Do you need a web? I got a web. It's a nice web. Did I tell you about my web?
This guy really likes his web.
Yeah, man.
Finally, there was Scarlet. She was a black widow.
I can turn anyone's life into a tragedy.
Well, I hope that will come in handy for us. Nice to meet all of you. Together, let's take this guy down.
On days 13 to 15, we arrived back at my hole base. I didn't know how Percy and his friends were going to take there being more spiders, so I proceeded with caution.
Hello, Zozo.
Hey, Percy. Wow, you got a lot of work done. This base is looking even better than I thought it could.
Thanks. I managed to convince some other birds and animals to come make this their new home.
You've done great. Hey, I wanted to tell you something.
Sure. What is... Oh, more spiders! What are these animals doing here?
They look tasty to me.
Yeah, dude.
Before this tension was to become a battle, I had to calm down both sides. Listen, in order for us to defeat the Lizard King, we must stay strong together, no matter what species we are. Also, no eating the birds.
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
After that was over, I managed to get everyone working together to create a giant statue of our hero. I hoped it could be seen as a symbol of justice and goodness for all walks of life. Can you tell what we're building? On days 16 to 19, I got a chance to meet all the new members of the base. Hey, how are you? Good to see ya. Welcome. I even ran into some unexpected guests. Oh no, the badgers again.
Wait, we're sorry for attacking you earlier. We just didn't have any other place to go. We saw how you built this place, and your friend Percy said it was okay for us to stay.
So wait, we're all on the same team?
Yep, we're also really sorry for attacking you earlier.
It's all right. I guess I can understand you being scared of someone trying to harm you. Welcome to the base.
I have said that no matter our differences, we've got to work together to defeat the Lizard King.
Thank you.
Just as I was going around meeting new people, I saw Marcy run in looking for me.
I am delivering gifts for you for your journey. These are from Daddy Longlegs.
Marcy presented me with a new silver armor and sword with a special ability, Poisonous Attack. What would I do without you and Daddy Longlegs? This will be great for my journey. Thanks, Marcy.
You're welcome. Say, this place is pretty nice. Do you think I can tell the other spiders about it?
Sure, it's not quite finished though, but maybe when I'm done you guys can come see it. There's a lot of you, so I've got to make sure everyone is really impressed.
Deal.
On days 20 to 22, Taylor, Bruno, Scarlet, and I were off to catch the Lizard King. On the road, Scarlet spotted some signs up ahead.
We should be careful. It looks like we are entering into the realm of the ants.
Ants? Are they dangerous?
They attack in numbers and can overwhelm any creature bigger than they are.
Even someone like Taylor?
Yeah, dude.
Well, then we will definitely be cautious. I can't imagine anything worse than being dogpiled by a bunch of creepy crawlers. We scoured around for a bit, when all of a sudden a giant zombie praying mantis arose from under the ground. Gosh, he must have been attacked by the ants. Those guys are vicious.
Yeah, now we gotta put him out of his misery.
Bruno started making a web net to trap the praying mantis in, and Taylor threw it over to the mantis, trapping him.
I think we got him.
Just then, the mantis started tearing his way through the web net. Don't worry, guys, I got this. I jumped toward the praying mantis and started using my new sword. Say your prayers now, mantis. Within a few strikes, he was finally defeated, and I felt something inside me start to change. I increased in size and even had more hearts. My attacks felt stronger too, infused with even more fiery goodness. On days 23 to 26, we finally got to the anthill. We need to be cautious. The ants could attack if we are spotted. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm not interested in becoming a zombie fire spider today. Just then, a fireball flew overhead. It was the ant guards, and they were shooting at us with trebuchets. Ah, talk about fire ants! All of a sudden, Bruno started working on what appeared to be a giant slingshot. Oh, great idea! Scarlet had some TNT, as well as some flint and steel. We decided that would work perfectly for returning fire.
Bombs away!
We took out the trebuchet and sent the ants running into their hill. Way to go, team! On days 27 to 31, we decided to go inside the hill. Wow, these guys have been busy. Inside, we found a lot of cool items that I could use for the compound and the statue. Glowstones, I can use these. As we journeyed deeper into the caves, we saw a hidden message on the wall. Subscribe? That's not a bad idea, honestly.
Yeah, dude.
A little further, and we began to see what appeared to be a story by the ants.
Apparently, the Queen Ant was tricked by the Lizard King, and now he has a puppet queen acting for him.
That's terrible. These ants should not be under the control of a puppet ruler. We need to do something. All of a sudden, something occurred. Ants began to crawl out from the walls. Get back! I mean it! No matter how hard we fought, the ants were too numerous, and they captured us. On days 32 to 35, the ants led us to the deeper parts of the anthill. Where are you taking us? I kept trying to talk to them, but they would not respond. It was as if something was wrong with them completely. Hello, can you hear me? Eventually, we came to what I suppose is their throne room. The queen ant sat there looking sinister.
Spiders? How disgusting! You will make a fine specimen for the Lizard King. Though my children and I are getting hungry.
I'm getting pretty tired of creatures telling me they want to eat me. How about I give you something to eat instead? I looked up and I could see what looked like a chandelier made of glowstones. I fired a web shot at it and the whole thing started to come crashing down.
No, not the chandelier!
I fell hard onto the queen ant, squishing her.
Whoa, what a way to go.
On days 36 to 39, we began leaving the hill. The hill was even bigger than I remembered, as we wove through many different hallways. We got lost more than once. Man, how can one place look the same at every turn? When we finally decided on a place to go, more ants came toward us. If we couldn't get out, we'd be in real trouble. Stay back, we're armed!
Well, technically legged. No, please don't hurt us, and we don't want to hurt you.
Okay, well then what is it you do want?
We are servants of the true Queen Ant. When you defeated the other queen, we finally freed her, and she wanted to thank you.
Well, that's very nice of her. I'm glad she's back on her throne.
Feel free to come back anytime. If you have any questions, please let me know.
I did have one question. How do we get out?
Oh, right. You go up, make a left, and climb out of the big hole in the top.
Okay, that seems simple enough. Thanks.
No problem. You can climb, right?
Spider.
Oh, right.
On days 40 to 43, we thought it would be best to get back to the compound and put these glowstones to good use. Percy was doing a great job building places for the new creatures finding out about this place.
If there is one thing we birds know, it is how to make a nest to come home to.
You're doing great, Percy. I also thought these could come in handy.
Glowstones, excellent. It was starting to look a little dark here.
Right away, we got to work using the glowstones to create light fixtures around the compound. I also made sure that these were built strong enough so that no one could get hurt if they were damaged. The last thing we'd want is for there to be another queen ant situation. No one likes to get smushed. When a spider builds something, it is made to last. Also, when birds, badgers, and other wildlife chip in on the building, it definitely helps in the long run. On days 44 to 50, I continued working on the statue. I'm really excited about this one and feel like it's coming along really well. Can you tell what the statue is yet? All of a sudden, I could see a little jumping creature appearing in the horizon. Marcy, it's good to see you.
Oh, Zozo, I'm glad I found you. I have terrible news.
Oh no, what's the problem?
The Lizard King attacked the spider base with an army of scorpions.
Scorpions? Really?
Yes, they are one of our biggest enemies.
That's terrible. I'm so sorry. I really didn't think he'd be bold enough to take on the entire spider nest at one time. I'm sorry I couldn't have stopped him from doing this.
So am I. I wanted to tell you so you won't have to have the same fate. Now we have nowhere safe.
Wait a minute. Why don't you all come live at my base?
Wait, really? Are you sure you won't mind all of us living with you?
Of course not. Besides, us spiders need to stick together. Plus, I've got plenty of room here. There's no limit to the amount of houses we can make for everyone.
Ha! I see what you did there. I better go tell the other spiders right now.
Quickly, I got started gathering more materials and supplies to start building for my new neighbors. I took a good long while to gather the stuff and start building, but it was all worth it. On days 51 to 53, all of the spiders arrived. Whoa, there sure are a lot of you. Welcome. Among the spiders appeared Daddy Longlegs, and I went over to greet him. Hi, Daddy Longlegs. I'm glad to see you're all right. You're all welcome here.
Thank you, Zozo, for doing this. You have given the spiders and many others hope.
It was my pleasure. The spiders sure are honored and lucky to have a protector like you.
Oh no, Zozo. I may have been their protector before, but you are their protector now. However, if you need advice, I will always be around.
I will definitely appreciate that. I know you've seen a lot of spiders in your day. I'd never be able to lead anyone as well as you have. Afterwards, I introduced Daddy Longlegs and the other spiders to the rest of the compound. They got along pretty well. I love seeing everyone so happy to make new friends. On days 54 to 57, the whole compound got together to start building walls so no intruders could come in. When most of the building was completed, we decided we should celebrate the new compound community. Daddy Longlegs prepared to give a speech.
I am truly thankful that we can all live in harmony, thanks to our magnificent friend, Zozo.
Oh, guys, I appreciate that. While Daddy Longlegs kept speaking, no one noticed a group of scorpions sneaking up behind him. Daddy Longlegs, look out! But he didn't hear me, and one of the scorpions stabbed him in the back with a stinger.
Oh no, Daddy Longlegs!
The spiders began attacking the scorpions while I tried to lead Daddy Longlegs to safety. Just stay here, you're gonna be fine.
No, Zozo, it's time for me to go.
What? You can't go, it's not over yet.
It's okay, Zozo. Take care of them all for me.
I will. I stayed with Daddy Longlegs until the end. When I checked back, the spiders won the battle. Sadly, it was up to me to share the sad news. On days 58 to 62, the whole compound worked together to build a memorial for Daddy Longlegs. Rest in peace, Daddy Longlegs. You will be missed by us all. I promise I will do what needs to be done. While we were sad at the loss of our friend, we all realized we needed better fortifications. We spent a good portion of the days building up the walls and putting up watchtowers. I was so embarrassed that we were attacked when we thought we were safe. This should protect us, but I just wish I could have done more.
Don't go blaming yourself, Zozo. Nobody could have guessed what was going to happen.
To take my mind off of all of this, I went back to finish the statue. Maybe this could give us some more hope. Now can you tell who our spider hero is? It's the most famous web slinger of all time, Spider-Man, of course. Just as I completed it, Scarlet showed up and told me a messenger came to see me. We ran to the gate to see it was the ant from the anthill. Hello, what are you doing here?
We heard about your attack. We are sorry for your loss.
Thank you. It has been hard for a lot of us.
Our queen wanted to give you something for your loss, as well as your fight against the Lizard King.
The ant handed over a wrapped gift and told me to use it wisely. I couldn't wait to see what it was. I will definitely treasure this. Thank you, and thank your queen for me.
I shall, and you are most welcome.
On days 63 to 66, I opened the package to reveal a bunch of potions. Inside there was a health upgrade potion. I took it right away, and I gained 8 more hearts. I took a look at the other potions. Stinger Shock can cause your enemy to be paralyzed and allow you to either heal or attack. Boy, if I ever run into that centipede again, I am gonna use this. I met with my friends and told them that this would be my final mission.
Be careful, Zozo.
I will. I promise to return. We have lost too many friends for me to fail.
Good luck, Zozo. Go end this monster, once and for all.
Yeah, dude.
I said goodbye to my friends, and then I was off. All I could do was hope that I would see them again soon. On day 67 through 70, I journeyed off to find the Palace of the Lizard King. I first traveled toward the abandoned village where I first fought the centipede. I don't see him anywhere here. While I continued to look around, I spotted what appeared to be an ancient door. I wonder how long this has been here for. There was an inscription on the door that looked a little faded. I will with water when it rains. When sunlight comes, the water drains. To climb me is to achieve great gains. I quickly realized that it was a riddle and began putting it together. I got it! A water spout! The answer is a water spout! With this proclamation of the answer, the door cracked open to reveal a chest inside. I opened the box to show a full set of diamond armor and sword. I quickly put them to good use. Yeah, dude. I think I've been hanging out with Taylor a bit too much. On days 71 through 74, I traveled into the rainforest. Just as I was scurrying along the ground, a group of howler monkeys started throwing bananas at me. Oh, whoa! At least it's just bananas. One of the monkeys was huge. He must have been their leader. I started throwing web shots at him, trying to knock him out of the tree. You are not defeating me today! I managed to knock several monkeys out of the trees, forcing them to run away. The big monkey was the only one left. You might be strong, but you won't get me. With one last web shot, I knocked the monkey out of the tree and cornered him. Where is the Lizard King? Where is his palace? The big monkey gestured over in a direction. Afterwards, I went off that way. You know, that monkey looked kind of familiar. Yeah, it was probably nothing. On day 75 to 78, I journeyed along until I came to a river. Uh-oh, it's my old nemesis, water. The river was way too wide to try and jump, and I didn't want to risk falling in, so I decided to build a bridge. I was halfway finished when out of nowhere, who was to turn up but the scorpions again. You guys, I'll make you pay for what you have done. I readied my sword and prepared to attack. This is for Daddy Longlegs. I charged at the scorpions and they leaped forward to attack me. They were strong, and I could tell they were trying to push me back into the water, but with my new armor, I could hold them off. I'll take you all on if I need to. Then I remembered I had the potion and quickly used it against the scorpions. Take this! The scorpions began to move slower, and I could see their attacks before they could make them. Block, stab, slice, gone! One by one, I took out each of the scorpions. I gathered a new item, Scorpion Tail, used to attack or intimidate enemies. Also, it can be used as a disguise. When all that was over, I continued making my bridge to get across the river. On day 79 to 85, I finally finished my bridge to cross the river. When I got to the other side, I found that the only way ahead was through a narrow ravine, but the entrance was guarded by two scorpions. Man, these guys are everywhere! While I could have attacked them, I remembered that I still had that scorpion tail in my belongings. I quickly put it on and approached them. La 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 la, just a disgusting scorpion out for a stroll. The guards didn't seem to mind and proceeded to let me through. Well, that was easy. While journeying, I wandered into an open field that looked pretty desert-like. Well, this is a weird place to put a desert. All of a sudden, I heard rumbling and could feel the ground shake. I knew right then what it was. Suddenly, the centipede bursted out of the ground, just like last time, and lunged toward me. It was time to take my revenge. Bring it on, leggy. That centipede was still fast and dangerous, but I was much more confident this time around. Oh, no you don't. I even used the scorpion tail to make a couple of hits, but it broke in the middle of the fight. So much for disguising myself again in the future. Take that, and that! Finally, I took out the potion again and used it for the finishing blows. I'm worthy enough this time. Prepare to be defeated. The potion worked, but the centipede was still quick. Furiously, I used everything I could to finally defeat it. Just then, I started feeling tingly. Ooh, I like this. I changed into a bigger and more powerful fire spider with even more hearts. All right now, Lizard King, prepare to meet your match. On days 86 to 90, I continued on my journey. I was feeling really confident until I realized I had just walked straight into quicksand. Oh, come on, who thinks of quicksand? Suddenly, I started thinking of ways to get out. All of a sudden, I could see Percy flying overhead. Percy, I'm glad you're here.
I can see that. How can I help?
Maybe you can pull me out, catch this chain, and start flying.
Good idea. Hit me.
I threw the line towards Percy and began flying, pulling me out of the quicksand. Oh, that was close. Thanks, Percy. What are you doing here?
I wanted to see how you were. You saved my life so many times before, and I guess I just wanted to repay you in some way.
Well, you definitely did that. If it wasn't for you, I would be in a really sticky situation. It can get risky at times, wandering around out here on my own.
You are definitely welcome, my friend. I will let the others know of your progress.
Just before he left, Percy warned me about something he saw while flying overhead.
Be careful. I saw what appeared to be a gang of bullfrogs coming in your direction. They must be heading to the palace of the Lizard King.
Bullfrogs, you say? Those things will gobble spiders up in one bite. I'll be sure to look out for them. Thanks again, Percy. Take care. On days 91 to 94, I finally ran into the bullfrogs. Wow, those guys are big. I didn't know bullfrogs could get that big.
For the most part, they didn't seem to notice me. That's until one of them apparently spotted me and started shooting his tongue at me. Yuck! I don't need you tasting me.
He was strong though. He even took out a couple of my hearts. If I didn't make a move, I was going to be one toasted bug.
I can't just keep fighting this guy forever. I knew I had to outmaneuver him, so I jumped into a tree and waited for him to get bored.
Luckily, he didn't seem to be the smartest of creatures, even though he was so tough.
Serves you right. I didn't come this far to become a spider snack.
On days 95 to 97, I followed the bullfrogs to the Lizard King's palace. They might have been strong, but they weren't very smart. They led me right to where I needed to go.
Wow, this is gonna be a lot. As I got closer to the gate, I spotted a message written on the palace roof. Subscribe. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Be sure to subscribe and like this video for more content. I go on a lot of adventures and would love to have you follow me on them. I tried to get through the front gate when a horde of gecko soldiers started to attack. Out of my way. I got a king to fight.
I smacked the heck out of them until finally they were all defeated. This guy really loved his amphibians.
On day 98, I ran inside through the palace corridors to find the Lizard King. Wow, this place is pretty ornate for a lizard. Hey, that armor looks kind of familiar. Oh yeah, I almost forgot that I had an adventure as a knight. That was a journey. You guys should definitely go check it out when you are done with this one. Through different rooms, I would occasionally have to battle some of the gecko soldiers. Don't you guys have anything better to do? Despite looking all throughout the palace, I couldn't seem to find the Lizard King anywhere. I was getting disappointed and even losing a little bit of hope. I turned around and I could see what appeared to be the ghost of a long-legged spider. Daddy Longlegs? Is that you?
Yes, Zozo, it is I. I told you that I would always be there to help you. Don't give up. You are so close to the end.
You're right, Daddy Longlegs. I must continue. I'm scared though. I'm just a fire spider, and I don't know if I'll defeat the Lizard King.
You may be small, but you have the spirit of a giant spider inside of you, and it's time to let that spirit out. I'm going to grant you the power that made me so big.
Something started to happen. Magic energy filled the room, and I felt myself changing once again. I transformed into a gigantic fire spider. I had so many hearts now. Thanks, Daddy Longlegs. On day 99, I finally landed in the throne room. The Lizard King sat on his throne with his big red eyes staring at me.
Well, well, if it isn't the itsy-bitsy fire spider who defeated my minions. Looks like you aren't so small now, but I bet you're still weak. Come to face me at last?
I will do what I must.
Then you will croak.
Just then, he flipped a lever, and the bullfrogs I had seen earlier came in. Oh no, not these guys again! Then I remembered I still had the potion, and was about to use it when one of the frogs grabbed it with its tongue. Guess I'm gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. Using my wall-crawling abilities and spider jumps, I dodged attacks from the frogs and gave them some damage. It looked like my attacks were superpowered with fire strength now. Soon, all the frogs were defeated, though I could swear I missed one. Now it's just you and me, Lizard King.
So be it.
He charged toward me with lightning-fast speed, giving me strong blows that did cause some damage.
You should not have fought against me, Spider. I am the Lizard King.
Oh yeah? And how do you taste?
What?
Just then, the lost frog I thought I missed shot his tongue out, grabbed the Lizard King by the tail, and sucked him into his mouth.
No!
I became hesitant because I didn't know how the frog was going to respond. Hey, you're that frog I fought with earlier. I'm sorry for hurting you. Truce? The frog just looked at me, then suddenly spat up the Lizard King's crown. He croaked, then proceeded to hop away. Well, I guess that means truce. On day 100, I returned to the base to see everyone there, waiting for me. I told them all about what happened with the Lizard King. Wow, I didn't even know frogs could eat lizards. Neither did I. Guess you learn something new every day.
Zozo, I'm glad you've returned.
Yeah, dude. The Lizard King is defeated. Now we're free.
This would not have been possible without you, Zozo. Thank you, from all of us. Now we can go back to living our lives in peace.
And now we have a new home for spiders of all walks of life. Then there came a commotion at the gate. What's going on over there? Suddenly, a loud croak could be heard.
Frog!
No, wait, I think I know him. Turns out, it was the frog from earlier, come by to say hello. I'm glad you could come by. Just one rule, no eating anybody. The frog agreed and I proceeded to introduce him to everyone. This had been quite the adventure.